And it's round number 15 of the XCAL Racing $5 Tuesday Series, and a week before the All-Star break. We are at Thompson International Speedway here in Connecticut. We welcome you to live coverage of the XCAL Racing Web Shop 333. We've got 42 drivers ready to take the green flag here at Thompson for what should be an epic one tonight here. Good evening, friends. Marty Sakala on How to Suck at iRacing alongside Doug Burns, who is controlling the buttons inside Mission Control. Doug, let's talk about Thompson here as we enter tonight. This is a multi-groove track, and any line, like I said, any line can work. High side and the low side, but it's all about the momentum here.
Yeah, you really got to keep that momentum up the whole time, especially turn one and turn two do get a bit tricky. And both ends of the track here a little bit different. So the setups these guys have to build for tonight, they have to, as we see a little bit of bump and run there on the front straightaway. The setups these guys have to adjust, and it's like Pocono. You cannot get it set up for both ends of the track and be perfect. So you just got to go with your gut, get the best setup possible, and then hope for the best. And hope as the race goes on, the track heats up, the lines change. Hope you have the right build.
Last week, if you missed us, we were at the Lanier Raceplex. It was Alex Krapser taking home his first win. That was absolutely due up, holding off Blake Wayne, Jonathan Bronson, Kendrick Cryer, and Luke Turpin to get things done. The point standings look like this coming on in. Austin Edwards extending his points lead with 2,186 to Luke Turpin's 1979. Alex Krapser third with 1895. Blake Wynn fourth with 1759. Kendrick Cryer fifth with 1729. Alex Gratz sixth with 1677. Zach Edwards eighth with 1668. Kyle Bartels is 8th with 1639. John Schwartz 9th with 1594. And PDJ Zeller is 10th with 1519. Let's get started by talking with some of our drivers here today. All four drivers we are talking with are not in the All-Star race yet for next week, so they will be stating their cases for the fan vote for next week. We'll start things off here with the driver of the number 7, owner of the Twisted Chassis Motorsports team, my buddy Jeff Edgar. Jeff, state your case for why you want to be in the All-Star race.
Well, I've had a pretty down year so far. It's been a rough go. I'd really like to run it. I'm hoping I can pull off the open win. I think a couple of guys have a whole lot more fan base than I do, but we've been trying to change that. We're gonna try to change it up tonight. We're gonna throw a big ball into this thing tonight and see if we can't luck into one.
It's going to be a fun race tonight. Let's talk about you and the race coming on in. You're starting from the 10th position. Talk about being up in the front when we take the green flag.
Well, that's huge, I believe, here, as passing is going to be quite problematic, I should say, actually. Yeah, starting up front is going to be huge. I got to try to not go a lap down early. That's my biggest thing. I'm sure you've seen it all year long. I have terrible time with pitting and stuff like that.
Alrighty, well, we wish you the best of luck tonight, Jeff.
Thanks, buddy. Jeff
Edgar starting from position number 10 tonight. Our next driver that we'll talk with is the driver, Sean Patrick. Sean Patrick in car number 27. He comes on into the standings with his machine, entering on in, pardon me here, in 23rd in points. Sean, state your case for why you want to be in the All-Star race.
Because Jeff is kind of a dick and doesn't really deserve it, so that'd be one vote that shouldn't be getting it. And I'm a pretty nice guy. I race clean. And I almost won a stage last year in the All-Star race.
Alrighty, well, we will let you go, man. Good luck to you tonight.
Thanks, Marty.
We apologize for Sean's colorful language. We had to cut it off early there just because of that. Next driver we're going to talk with is... We had Ryan Seams on here, but actually we are going to be getting Nicholas Seams here as he gets set to go tonight. State your case, sir, on why you want to be in the All-Star race.
You know, I'm a newcomer here. I believe I should get a little bit of pity points. It would help me out. I just busted my ankle up, so I mean, any help getting into that thing would make me very happy.
You're off to a great start this season, though, sir. 18th in points in your first season. Tonight, as we take the green flag, you will be starting from position number. I'm just trying to make sure I got this correct here. You're starting from 11th spot tonight. Yeah, just talk about what to expect here. And do you think we'll see a lot of passing here tonight or not really?
I think everyone's just going to fall into a line and try to make it through the whole 333 laps. If people try passing each other here, they're just going to either wreck them or wreck the whole field. So I think we're just going to stay in a line.
Good luck tonight, Seams.
Thank you.
That's Nicholas Seams driving car number 960. Our final driver we'll be talking with before we get set to take the green flag is Kyle Martin. Kyle Martin driving the number 25. He comes on in to the series as we pull up his stats in car number 125. Excuse me, car number 25, pardon me. 19th in points for that car number coming on in. And Martin will be starting from position number... Man, you're from 42nd tonight. You're starting all the way from the rear of the field. Kyle, first things off, state your case on why you want to be in the All-Star race.
I think I'm fast, but that last place starting position, yeah, not showing that I am fast. Yeah, I don't know. All-Star race, fun, wide open. It'll be fun.
You're one of the many drivers that will be starting from the rear tonight. How easy do you have to take it here around Thompson?
Very. I've done some calculated math. I think that Austin will be coming out of 2 when I'm just coming out of 4 to take the green. So we'll see how accurate I am on that.
Kyle, I have to ask, are you coming in like a wrecking ball tonight?
Austin said no. I gotta keep the incident counts down. No guarantees to Austin, let me put it that way.
So you're going for style over substance tonight?
Whoa. Oh, Lord. I'll hit you with that nice 360.
Yeah, there you go. Style points for the win.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Kyle, we'll let you go, man. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, man.
Kyle Martin starting from the rear of the field. Let's get set to go racing here tonight. 333 laps, just over 200 miles here at Thompson Speedway. The field window just about 66 to 70 laps. So we are looking at just about a 4-stop race tonight.
It will be interesting because we know we're going to see some cautions here tonight. This track, we've historically seen a few early cautions and then a long green flag run. I'd expect pretty much the same here, and those cautions definitely throw some of that fuel strategy for the win, but nobody's talking to us yet. You guys have to get in the comments. Tell us who you're cheering for tonight. Make sure you hit the share button, and there's plenty of room still in the stands for your friends and family.
Absolutely. Tonight's race is brought to you by the XCAL Racing web shop. Head to xcalracing.com/shop to get merchandise from all your favorite teams and your favorite Street Stock League. Our newest products includes XCAL Loves Black Flags, XCAL is Life, and the Jeff Edgar Fan Target back men's heavyweight tee. So all that on the XCAL Racing web shop. Well, it's going to be a fun one here at Thompson. Drivers are just finishing up their warm-ups. Jake Sylvia the quickest at a 20.95. Of course, the track will absolutely change here throughout the night. XCAL weather is set at 65 degrees. Track temp is 69 degrees. Winds blowing, big tailwinds to the northwest of 16 miles an hour as we get set to go racing. Practice came in with moderate usage of 43% and is carried over from the warm-up. So we are set to go racing here tonight at Thompson. Let us meet the starting lineup. Well, a lot of drivers will be starting with penalties at the moment with EOLs and or strikes. Let's give you the drivers that made it in cleanly. On the front row is Austin Edwards with a time of 21.045 and Luke Turpin in the 454. Row 2 is Kendrick Cryer and Alex Krapser. Row 3, PDJ Zeller and Edmund Jones. Row 4, Blake Wynn and Connor Rockwood. Row 5, Greg Holes and Jeff Edgar. Row number 6, Nicholas Seams and Derek Colson. Row 7, James Johnson, Matt Bear starting in the top 15. Row 8, Robert Colgan and Sean Patrick. Row 9, Jose Gaudino and Gerald Poole. Row number 10 is Art Hendren and Brad Ebel. Here are the following drivers that get moved to strikes and or EO Wells. Alex Gratz, Zach Edwards, row 11. Jeremy Leto, Stephen Rex, row 12. Joe Campbell, Mason Foster, row 13. Albert Hewins, Ryan Seams, row 14. John Friley, Travis Sukup, row 15. Stephen Wetton and Matthew Brinson, row 16. Don Jordan, as well as Sean Andrews, row 17. Mike DiCarlo, Chris Johnson, row 18. Matt Pelletier, John Brancaccio, row 19. Row number 20 is Jake Sylvia and Jonathan Bronson. And rounding out the field tonight is Kyle Martin in 41st position. One driver missing the call to grid. That is Matt Pelletier in the 60.
You know, it's interesting. Jake Sylvia, fastest in practice, starting at the back of the field. He'll be one to watch all night. And I did just see an oddball comment. I don't know who this guy is, but all he said in the comments was bing bong.
That's Matt Bear. He's picking Matt Bear to win.
Yeah, Matt Bear always picks Matt Bear. It's also worth noting that Austin Edwards is, as promised, in a variation of the cone car tonight.
Oh, I like that car.
He lost a bet in the Jones BS Racing League and had to drive the cone. I've been pushing for this all season. Great to see Austin in a cone car tonight.
Well, I think he's going to be a moving target waiting to happen here.
Highly
Go ahead. Well, drivers are rolling down the back straightaway here at Thompson for 333 laps. It's going to be an absolute fun one tonight. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, than Thompson for XCAL Racing? Two of the best drivers, the top two in points. On the front row, it is showtime in Thompson.
Austin caught him napping on that one. He got a perfect restart. Pulls ahead of Luke Turpin. Luke already has Kendrick looking inside. Alex Krapser in fourth, and then it is side by side everywhere behind, and a few new names in the field tonight. Will be interesting to watch how some of these new guys do out here tonight.
He absolutely timed the restart perfectly compared to Luke Turpin. That's like triple O's on the reaction time if it was drag racing. Everyone going up to the outside here early on. We'll check and see if we got side-by-side racing. And we do. It's Jeff Edgar and Greg Holst battling for ninth. A good start for the driver of the 7.
There's a car slow on the back straightaway. Not sure. I think it might be DiCarlo.
Mike DiCarlo.
DiCarlo had an incident, went off track on the first lap. Let's take a quick look at what happened. But he is already possibly out of contention. Huge shout out to Flaming Karma Paint Shop for the replays. Looked like he was struggling. Just barely got tapped, but right where he was, the car unstable, gets sent down to the inside.
Jonathan Bronson was the one that gave him the elbow. And so he keeps it going. We stay green as the accident happened off the racetrack. Alex Gratz, Jose Gaudino battling it out for 19th position on track. Gratz with a huge send, almost put the slider up on Gaudino and makes the pass work. Up ahead of them, Gerald Poole to the inside on Sean Patrick. Battle for 16th is on.
Yep, Thanos making his way forward once again. He was looking forward to this race. I know he was a bit excited. I think he might have something for him out here tonight. And I know there's some Thanos fans in the stands, so cheer on Gerald Poole.
Watch Zach Edwards as well closely tonight. He's inside on Sean Patrick for 16th. Already up 6 spots from the drop of the green flag. Zach Edwards, remember. Oh, trouble. Travis Sukup has gone off the track in the 45. And we're hearing there may have been some contact from Mason Foster, perhaps. Let's see here. Nope, this was something different. There was, I think, a bumper from Chris Johnson.
Down into turn one. Oh, he's just loose. He was wicked loose in the middle of 1 and 2. Manages to get it back out on track and get going. Lost a ton of spots. But you know, we talked about him a few minutes ago. There's one car we're going to have to watch very, very closely. The 83 of Jake Sylvia, who started last, was fastest in practice, already up 14 spots into 25th, and looking to the inside of Ryan Seams and Mason Foster as he charges forward. I think Sylvia's got something tonight.
Something we missed earlier before we took the green flag. Actually, during that replay, Mason Foster slid in a little bit too hard, came in way too hot, got into Brad Ebel. They made contact. Ebel's the first car that got disabled. Same thing with Foster, same corner. Foster is having issues in turns 1 and 2 and nearly gets into Sylvia and Jeremy Leto in the 0-1.
Man, we talked about it in pre-race. The track is different. The banking is the same at both ends, but the way the banking is laid out is different in both ends of the track, and you kind of set your car up to run one line or the other. But it looks like Mason's set up to run the high line and stuck down on the bottom and getting wicked loose in 1 and 2. Seems to have the car pretty planted in 3 and 4. Might even have a push there. But 1 and 2, that car is wicked out of shape.
Jake Sylvia now up to 20-30. He's the biggest mover of the race from the drop of the green. Bronson and Martin are each up 14 spots as well. Sylvia is up 16. Zach Edwards is up 7 spots.
Yeah, and Sylvia is just non-stop sending it as he comes by Matthew Brinson. And I know Brinson has get this, Brinson has his own fan club, the Brinson Mafia, dropping into the comments. So, obviously, Brinson's got a huge fan club here tonight. He's already up 8 spots.
Let's look at Chris Johnson in the 54. That was nearly involved in what could have been the first caution. Oh, so close for comfort. Remember, we got to watch him very closely. He's on high stakes. If he gets disqualified from this race tonight, he is suspended for 3 races.
Yikes. So he's probably... That's why Chris is probably not running full send here tonight. He is just trying to hang on to it, make sure he keeps that car out of trouble.
The fastest car on the track right now is Zach Edwards in the 6. Just posted the quickest lap of this race at a 21.25. Sends it in on Nicholas Seams. Caution is out. We got trouble, and one car is sideways. And I'm trying to see who that is. That is Sean Andrews in the 04. Bad luck continues again.
Looks like Pelletier. Oh! Pelletier, I think, might have gotten together with Sean Andrews.
Actually, Steven Rex got loose off of turn number 4.
Oh, and got them both. I see that now. Yeah, Steven Rex gets into Sean Andrews and Matt Pelletier. Both of them get down low. It looks like minimal damage to both of those drivers, but will be side body panel. Not a huge impact here, but it is not going to feel good, and it might affect a little bit of their straightaway speed.
So first yellow of the evening. We have completed 15 laps so far here at Thompson Speedway with Austin Edwards once again leading. Don't forget, race fans, if you entered this past weekend in the XCAL Racing t-shirt giveaway, we'll be announcing the winner at lap 100, so don't miss out on that if you entered. You'll definitely want to stand by for that. XCAL Racing would like to introduce as well a brand new loyalty program. It is in open beta at the moment, and it's very easy to sign up. You sign up as a member to start enjoying the loyalty program. You can earn points, whether it be purchasing a product, a card number, logging in, an all-star ballot, signing up to the site, or entering events. You'll get Whale PD points, and you can redeem those Whale PD points for rewards like a discount on products and even free shipping.
Are the broadcasters allowed to sign up for that? Just curious.
Asking
for
yes.
a friend.
Loyalty, yes, you can sign up, absolutely.
I would say that the broadcaster is likely the most loyal. Just saying.
They are. They really are. And they love this series. So, here how it looks after the first yellow. Steven Rex is given the black flag. We'll see if we have any drivers that will get a wave around. I wouldn't really expect some here.
I think there was only a couple of cars that had even gone a lap down, and those Matt Pelletier, Stephen Wetton, Sukup, Don Jordan, Sean Andrews, Ryan Seams, and Mike DiCarlo, and it looks like DiCarlo may be done.
So it is going to be Pelletier, Wetton, and Sukup that get back on the lead lap. They'll restart from the tail of the field. Let's talk about Thompson Speedway while we are at it. A legendary modified racetrack here, especially when it comes to super modified racing here, which is my favorite of them all. 0.625 miles, pit road speed, 45 miles an hour, a short track traditional oval, known as the Indianapolis of the East, seating 8,000. 15 degrees of banking in the corners and 2 degrees on the straightaways.
Don't forget, next week, the big event, the All-Star Race. Make sure you hit the share button throughout the week. Make sure you're inviting people to the XCAL web shop, the website, and make sure you're sharing the Facebook page. There's a lot of other broadcasts in the week. We're going to try and make it one of the biggest broadcasts we have ever had. So invite people to come now, invite every night, and let's see how big we can make it.
Absolutely. Eligible, the top 20 in the most valuable driver rankings, plus all pole and feature events winner. And we'll have 2 drivers that will be voted in. There are a lot of events as well happening throughout the week, from the Open to the All-Star Race, and even fun events that you can join in. XCALRacing.com. Click the All-Star button for more details. Set to go back to the green flag. Austin Edwards and Luke Turpin in row number 1. Edmund Jones, Kendrick Cryer in row 2. Blake Wynn and Greg Holes in row number 3. Matt Bear and Derek Coles in row 4. James Johnson and Nicholas Seams round out the top 10. Austin Evers selects the inside line for this restart and is ready to fire. Let's see if he can catch Luke Turpin sleeping once again. And he does. We're back to green.
Austin's got the restart down pat here tonight for sure. He jumps out early and gives Kendrick Cryer a bit of an opening. Cryer doesn't take it on the bottom. He slides into third. And look who is up to 10th place now, on the move quickly. Jonathan Bronson.
Oh, trouble. Connor Rockwood has gone around. That's off of turn 2 along with R. Hendren, yeah.
Let's see, on the Flaming Karma replay, they get down in there. Oh, it looks like the 37 is out of shape. The 63 gets into it, and Art and Connor go around. They both do 360s and keep it going. They should get some style points for that one.
Absolutely. Nice save by those guys. Matt Bear inside, meanwhile, gets the clear on Greg Holes for 6th position. You were just talking about as well, Doug. Jonathan Bronson is up to 9th, currently the biggest mover of this race. Trouble, Brad Abel, John Frawley go around. That is in turn number 2. They're off the racing groove. We stay green. It's not been a good night for Abel so far.
Oh, the 57 just gets, I think the 57 might have gotten punted there.
We'll have to take a look and see.
Let's see, the 29. Oh, I do believe, yeah, the 29 just gives him a little bit of a love tap, but I don't think he was looking for a love tap just then, and he ends up going around. So a little bit of chaos here early tonight.
That was Alex Crafter that got into him. We stay under the green flag. Fastest car on track right now, Alex Gratz in the 17 with a 21.18. Inside he goes on Sean Patrick for 13th.
Yeah, briefly 3 wide, going for 3 into turn 3. Yeah, I would not want to be in the middle of a 3 wide here, especially the way this is gone so far with guys getting loose, guys getting pushed. Yeah, that's probably not a comfortable feeling.
Absolutely. It seems like we're watching normal street stocks at Thompson, like your typical race. Everyone's using the high side. Low line, not really the place to be, with the exception for if you've got fresh tires trying to pass a driver with worn tires. But once we catch up to the bulk of lap traffic and you got drivers side by side for a position, watch where these drivers, where the leaders go. Could they perhaps go to the low side? Trouble, Gerald Poole has gone around and also involved Just Gerald Poole himself in the 16. Just a single car accident out of the racing groove. There was contact with Mason Foster as well as Brinson.
Oh, it looks like Gerald tried to pull down just a little bit to stay out of the way. He pulls the 360 and keeps going. JNS, not, they have been strong all season long. They've been a force to be reckoned with, really. But here tonight, looks like the JNS drivers seem to be struggling a bit.
So far, the highest driver amongst the JNS racing crew just going through. And Danny, I know you're watching. Correct me if I'm wrong, is Alex Krapser in 14th. Matt Bear is not happy with Jonathan Bronson on the Whale PD at the moment, but Bronson just makes the pass stick for 6th position. How about Bronson right now, up 34 spots?
Yeah, Bronson's really charging forward. I was just looking to see another one charging forward is Jake Sylvia and Kyle Martin. You knew, we talked to him in a pre-race. He wants in that all-star race badly. He is making it happen here tonight. This is going to be an interesting one all night long with several guys that obviously have a ton of speed, but you also have to wonder about the strategy move here. Are they saving any fuel at all for later in the run? Are they going to come up short? Is pit strategy going to change here?
No tire or fuel shortage here on the iRacing platform, luckily, so they can do whatever the world they want. Martin currently up in 17th position. Remember, yeah, like you said, he made his case for why he wants to be in the All-Star race. The top 20 and most valuable driver rankings will be eligible for it. And once again, if you want more info on that, check out xcalracing.com. And again, that will all be updated Wednesday, just around, I would assume, by Wednesday night. Aaron Hillebush, what he likes to do, he likes to go back, watch the race, reveal everything that's going on, make a newsletter on it, and then, boom, he'll go right to work on it. The most valuable driver at the moment, as we take a look at the top 20s, Austin Edwards is the most valuable driver coming on in. Then it's Luke Turpin second, Alex Krapser third, Blake Wynn fourth, Jonathan Bronson fifth, Kendrick Cryer sixth, Matt Bear seventh, Zach Edwards eighth, Joe Campbell ninth, Octavio Rondoletto is 10th, Kyle Bartles is 11th, Alex Gratz 12th, Aiden McConaughey 13th, Jonathan Bergeron 14th, John Schwartz 15th, Sean English 16th, PDJ Zeller is 17th, Greg Holes 18th, Stephen Rex 19th, and Edmund Jones 20th.
And it looks like Sean Patrick has had some problems over the last couple laps. Let's take a look. Out by himself, coming off of turn 4.
He was already slow.
Just gets loose, goes down to the inside. He ends up getting back out on track, and then has another incident a little bit later as he's trying to get back out onto the track. Comes back out at turn 1, but just struggling here tonight. A bit unusual to see that kind of struggle from that driver.
Not the night that he is wanted. Chris Johnson just scraped the wall in 1 and 2. He was battling Jake Sylvia for 15th spot. Then decided, then he got up into the wall. Battle for 9th is on the line. Derek Colson and Alex Gratz. Nice start for Colson so far. Been in the top 10 for pretty much this entire race.
Yeah, all over the back bumper of Greg Holes.
And here's the run to the inside once again for the 17 of Gratz, who started in 21st position. He's got a big run. May look on Matt Bear in turn number 2. Can he find the hole to just clear? 2 for 1. What a pass from Alex Gratz.
He's not done
And he
yet.
almost forced on Jordan. Matt Bear just called him a bleep sucker. And somehow he is up into 8th position. That man has huge you-know-what.
He is not giving an inch tonight. He sees a hole. He's just sticking the nose in, seeing if something he can make something happen here. And about to tangle with Matt Bear. If Matt's already cussing at him, you can imagine what's about to happen.
Matt Bear, though, first all over Blake Wynn for 6th position. But yes, Gratz is closing in. Let's take a look at what Matt Bear is seeing from that rear end.
Oh, hold on, trying to get his cockpit cam dialed up. There we go. Matt down the front straightaway into turn 1. Matt down to the bottom finally. Gets the run down to the inside. A little push in mid-corner. Can't make it stick yet, but you know, Blake knows he's there now. Oh, look at that. Gratz sends it on the high side.
Alex Gratz just said Matt Barrow was in no man's land and finds the opening. No attack, no chance for the 17. He is up to 7th spot.
And it's worth noting, Austin Edwards and the entire field have started catching up with some of the lap traffic. So things are about to get even more dicey for everybody in the field here as, lap traffic while they're battling for position.
Next driver is the 37 of Art Hendren. We got a battle for 11th between Alex Krapser and James Johnson. Let's see if Krapser can rebound after the tough start he has had to this race. Johnson looking around the outside with help from Zeller. Remember, Krapser and Petey are teammates.
Yeah, but you got to think, I mean, the J&S teams have had a really rough night tonight. You got to wonder how much teamwork is coming into play tonight versus how much these guys are just driving defensively and trying to hold on to what they have. They've seen how the rest of the team is struggling tonight. They're just trying to play it patient here early. Later in the race, there might be a little bit more teamwork, but I have to wonder how much they're getting right now.
Nice pass by Petey to find a slot in there. Let's go to P6. Blake Wynn and Alex Gratz. The Jeff Edgar and Austin Edwards turn drivers. Look at that. Matt Bear puts the bumper on Alex Gratz. Just lets him know he's there down the back chute.
Yeah, they don't call him the Mad Bear for nothing. I mean, we know he's already yelling at some drivers, so I have to wonder how long before his chat gets muted.
Have to see right there. Right now, it's just crickets in the Will Petey chat for right now. Alex Gratz nearly puts the bumper up on Blake Wynn. We got one in the wall off turn 4. Just saw a tiny puff of smoke. I want to say that came from the 16 of Poole.
Thanos not having a great night tonight. He's obviously been struggling since the start of this race. And we have seen a couple of the J&S cars really have some difficulty. You have to wonder if those cars are set up for the once the sun goes down and they're just struggling here. We might see some of these guys come on later in the race.
They've been known for a lot of success when we go under the lights, when the sky turns into pitch black. Remember, Alex Krapser won last week at Lanier. Here's the run for the 17 to the inside. Puts the slider up on Blake Wynn, and you've got a new 6th place driver. Blake Wynn giving him a little bit of a bumper for a moment once again.
Oh, more than a little bit. He is not happy
at how he got raced.
Oh, Alex Gratz is in full send mode. He is not giving an inch to anybody. He's not making any friends on his way to the front, but he is going forward.
Battle for the lead, though, starting to get heated up between Austin Edwards and Luke Turpin. Edwards got caught up in a lot of lap traffic, allowed Turpin to close on in. Turpin threads the needle between Jose Gaudino and Ryan Seams. Kendrick Cryer starts to close on in. We got a 3-man battle for the top spot.
Man, that move by Kendrick Cryer was really impressive. He definitely had a great run here. It's going to be interesting once they get some clear track ahead. What's going to happen between these three? Austin definitely has some speed here tonight, but Luke Turpin already to the back bumper.
Don't forget, we're about 10 to 15 laps away from pit stops happening here at Thompson. But the top 5 have yet to come in. Remember, we had a caution come out just around lap 15, and drivers like Alex Gratz, Alex Krapser, PDJ Zeller, Jake Sylvia, Zach Edwards all came in under that stop, and from the looks of it, they decided to top off on fuel. So they got a little bit of extra fuel they can use in the tank.
Yeah, and you got to wonder how that's going to play out. They are just, a lot of those guys probably just have enough fuel to keep up with what Luke Turpin has in that car. So, you know, they've seen Luke Turpin make these long runs and even on old tires be able to make up some ground late in a run. So who knows what the fuel strategy, tire strategy, there's going to be a lot play out here. And, of course, going from daytime to nighttime tonight is going to change the field dramatically.
Well, those drivers that pitted are due up probably around lap 80 to lap 85. We'll see what happens there. Let's watch the battle for a second between Kendrick Cryer and Luke Turpin.
Yeah, these two, Kendrick definitely a little bit faster than Luke Turpin here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how long Kendrick plays it patient. Usually Kendrick is a little bit more aggressive, but the last few races we've seen a lot more patience out of that young man, and it has paid off every time. Chris Johnson has actually been to pit road. Art Hendren and John Brancaccio are on pit road.
Yep, Johnny B signaled that he was coming in. Steven Rex says he's pitting anytime soon. Speaking of that, the drivers were talking about pitting on in and talking on Will PD, and one driver, I'm not going to name who he was, called out another driver, who I'm not going to name who he was, on how much he's been ranting and calling out drivers in the middle of a green flag pit stop. Drivers are just trying to say they're coming in, but they can't because another guy is talking on the one-way, just like one at a time, and it's just making guys like this specific guy that called somebody else out furious.
Just basically sounds like he's just keeping the mic queued up so that nobody else can announce it. And Thompson is not exactly the easiest pit road to get on or off of, so it does make things a bit interesting.
You have to enter in turn number 4, and then when you exit pit road, where the green cones are in pit road exit, you have to manually steer the car. As Aaron Hillebush put it, there's a little horseshoe in turn number 1, then a fast sweeping straight to come out on corner exit.
Does make things very exciting, especially under green flag stops, because you got guys that drop to the bottom and are slowing down the back straightaway to make sure they get down to pit road speed and can turn down pit road. Luke Turpin has closed back up on Austin Edwards. He's got Kendrick Cryer with him, and Jonathan Bronson is on his way up. Bronson in 4th, just over a second behind that lead battle, and he is gaining on them.
From 40th up to 4th at the moment, we continue the battle for 2nd. They work on the lap car of Chris Johnson in the 54. Keep in mind, a lot of drivers have to... Oh, trouble. Brad Ebel went off the track in the 56. He's good, though. We had him off track for like 1 second. I think he just caught the grass and just locked the brakes up in turn number 3.
Oh, he did. He caught just enough grass to lose the back end, and he just turned it into pit road. Looked like he might have been headed there anyway.
So we'll step aside and take our first TV timeout of the evening, but you're not going to miss a thing. Austin Edwards, Luke Turpin, Kendrick Cryer, Jonathan Bronson, and Alex Gratz, the top 5 here at Thompson. Stay with us.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Woo! This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting boozy. Woo! Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing. Woo!
Welcome back to live coverage of the XCAL Racing Web Shop 333 here at Thompson Speedway. Still waiting for some of the leaders to pit like Austin Edwards and Luke Turpin, working the Luke Turpin strategy. Alex Gratz has moved up to third. Alex Krapps at fourth. Zach Edwards is fifth. And we're hearing Austin Edwards now is coming on in this time by one of the latest drivers to pit, Matt Bear. Currently the first guy ahead that pitted in the lap 60 to 70 range. Remember, some drivers that pitted on lap 16, like Alex Gratz, who now has taken the lead, go win a couple of extra laps, about 15 or 16 more to be specific, before he comes in. Maybe perhaps it's actually 5 or 10 away from now.
Yeah, that early caution, that early pit strategy, what in the world? Gratz is coming in now. That's a shock.
Kyle Martin's also coming in. Yeah, you're right.
They could have gone a lot longer unless they've got some sort of massive gear. The way Gratz came through the field, who knows? He might have a higher gear that's just sending him through. But a bit surprised. You got Krapser and other teammates still out there stretching the miles. You got to wonder, Danny's out there watching. Danny, you got some surprises in those cars tonight. We going to be shocked by it?
So it's Alex Krapser first, and then Zach Edwards second, PDJ Zeller third, Mason Foster ninth, fourth, and Jeff Edgar fifth. Joe Campbell, by the way, running in sixth. So the JNS Racing teammates have a strategy after the first yellow flew on lap number 16. I'd like to say hello to a couple of people at the moment. Briggs Motorsports rooting for Luke Turpin on Twitch. As for on the Facebook page, Brad Hall is rooting for Jones. Trying to find which Jones to be specific.
I'm willing to bet that is Edmund Jones.
Yep, Edmund. You're correct.
I'm always
Danny
correct.
Sargent. Yeah, obviously we're in for JNS. Aiden Kaiser for the Edwards High Performance Race Team. This is a good one right now so far early. Austin Edwards led all the laps before he came in to pit road. So Alex Krapps are currently with the race lead. So we take a look, by the way, Luke Turpin after the pit stops was able to jump Kendrick Cryer and Austin Edwards. So Edwards, if we were to think of this right, is down 2 spots at the moment when it comes to that pit strategy. But guess who's overtaking them both? All three, I should say. Jonathan Bronson, who pitted on lap 67, along with Jake Sylvia. They're in a battle for 15th, which could be for the lead later on.
Bronson was coming through this field like crazy, as was Jake Sylvia. Now you really gotta wonder what these two guys have going on tonight, because both of them are just so fast. It's been incredible to see them come through the field.
Sylvia up into the 60 of Pelletier.
Yeah, and I have to make a note that Danny did make the comment, we'll see what happens, LOL. I bet those JNS cars have some tricks up their sleeves tonight. And I bet the strategy that we saw a couple of them that pitted on lap 15 and 16 go ahead and come in when they did. I'm betting that there's something to that.
Alex Gratz, remember, he was one of the drivers that pitted on lap 15. Here's what I was thinking. The 17 was able to take less fuel than everyone else, because we know how long it takes to fill up a street stock. Right, Doug?
8
He
years.
took less fuel and was able to jump Luke Turpin, Kendrick Pryor, Austin Evers, Jonathan Bronson to, as of right now, have the lead from what we know, or I should say second, because typically Matt Bear would be the provisional leader for right now.
Brinson, who apparently Brinson has a huge following here tonight. So all you Brinson folks, drop in the comments. Let us know you're cheering for him. Brinson was wicked loose off turn 4 last time. He was down underneath another car, and that car way out of shape. He managed to hold on to it, but man, you got to talk about the skill that young man has right now to be holding on to the car when it gets that out of shape. I have to wonder, though, we're starting to see the sun come down. The lights will be up before long. The track is a-changing, and I'm willing to bet there's a few cars that'll start charging forward.
Jeff Edgar is taking the race lead. He's the only guy we're waiting to see come on, and actually one of a few, but the most notable amongst the drivers that pit on lap 15 to 16 that we are waiting to come into pit road. Ryan Seams has parked his race car for the evening, unless that's a disconnection issue, but it says he's manually disconnected, so he's got an issue. Alex Gratz, meanwhile, just past Matt Bear. We got trouble. Sean Andrews has crashed. No caution, though.
Did you happen to notice the front of Jeff Edgar's car?
It's got beef on it. That's what I had for dinner. I'm just kidding. I didn't have it for dinner.
I thought it said beep beep.
Oh, yeah, it does say beep beep. That's right. We talked about this in a previous broadcast.
All right, let's see what happened to Sean. Oh, Sean was way out of shape. Comes out of 2 and just slams hard into the outside wall. He ended up towing to pit road. He couldn't even get the car to turn in 3 and 4. I think he lost the wheel. I do believe Sean Andrews...
That's got to be a right front.
Yeah, I do believe he lost the right front tire, and you know I'm not going to do it, but you're welcome to sing it.
Edgar is in the pits, and so Alex Gratz currently with the lead over Matt Bear, Jake Sylvia, Jonathan Bronson, and Luke Turpin. Let's go to a good battle on track. Zach Edwards, Greg Holtz for 12th.
A lot of great racing going on now that lab traffic coming into play. A lot of different strategies going on, and a lot of battles throughout the field. Everybody trying to make a name for themselves if they're not in the All-Star race, to have something to show their fans, to get out there and vote for them.
If some of the drivers that want to be in the top 20 by the end of the night in the most valuable.
I don't think Zach is very happy with the 57 car in front of him. Out of turn 2, he was trying to get by him and giving him the bumper. Now he gets down to the bottom. He's going to clear him. Looks like the 57 finally backs out and says, you know what, my back bumper, I'd like it intact for the moment. John Friley just gets out of the way, let Zach Edwards by.
Don't forget 10. Oh, the leader!
Oh,
get together!
Matt Bear slipped by.
That got a little bit too close for Cup. Oh, there's a car stopped, by the way, at Sukup.
Here comes the pass by Matt Bear. The 17 gets together with Derek Colson as they go off into 1. Matt Bear just says, bing bong, and goes on by.
Absolutely. It's been a wild night. So Matt Bear currently up by nearly a second on Alex Gratz. Don't forget, under 10 laps away from announcing the winner of the T-shirt contest.
Matt Bear just started blinking. Matt Bear may be about to lose his connection. I believe.
Remember, he's had connection issues in the last few weeks, by the way.
And I believe it was Travis Sukup we saw, yes, off of turn 2, way out of shape, bumps the wall and ends up going around. That was the car we saw just a couple laps ago down on the infield.
That was a very strange situation there. Keep in mind, by the way, top 20 in the most valuable points get eligible. Remember, in XCAL Racing, we pay out the top 20. So if guys like, trying to find guys that are specifically in the field, we know Edmund Jones is, if guys like Jeremy Lettle want to be in this All-Star race and locked in, they have to be in the top 20. So Lettle, Mason Foster, Robert Colgan, they're going to have great days today if they want to make it in.
And a lot of them, everybody out there is really pushing. But you can tell the guys that are on that bubble, or they know they're not going to make it in the top 20. So they're going out there and putting on a show tonight to make sure they get some fan votes for next week.
Absolutely, that's for sure. So Alex Gratz, currently now a half second behind, was able to get by Derek Colson. Gratz did say on the radio that it was his fault. He must have just come in a little bit too hot on Derek Colston in that situation.
And it is really tricky. If you come into the turns here at Thompson even a little bit too hot, you're going up the track. It's just a matter of are you going up nose first or are you going up tail end first? But it setup dependent. But even 1% too hot, you go up the track.
Let's go back to this battle here for third spot real quick. Sylvia and Bronson each up 36 spots and in a battle for third. They're having a great night.
And yep, here goes Bronson down to the bottom. These two have really charged through this field. You got to give them a shout out for all the positions they have picked up. They're still on the same pit strategy as pretty much everybody else, so no pit trickery. They are just that fast here tonight to pick up 36 spots past all of those cars.
That is a car, by the way, in the 83 that is owned by Edmund Jones. And look how hard Jabroni is racing Sylvia off of two.
They are leaning on each other, but 8 tires are better than 4 at times. So Bronson is really, really pushing. Slides up in front of Jake Sylvia. And Sylvia, I think, did express his displeasure with that pass just a little bit down the front straightaway.
So now the time has come. You've been sharing, you've been commenting, you've been liking the Facebook post. If you want to be entered in a free t-shirt giveaway courtesy of the XCAL Racing web shop. And we have our winner. Congratulations to Chris Bernier. You have a free t-shirt. XCAL Racing will be contacting you in the near future, or you'll have to contact them on social media to get your free t-shirt. Whatever XCAL shirt you want and the size. Battle for the lead, though, on. Here comes Alex Gratz on the bottom.
Alex just has a ton of momentum off the bottom, but look at the speed Matt has off the top. Carry a lot of momentum off the high side here, and Matt Bear is taking advantage of it. But Gratz, what a run down to the bottom. Looked like he's just going to try and wear Matt Bear down a little bit here. He finds the opening, the right momentum. There he goes again. Shoots it off turn 2 and sends it down the back straightaway.
Nice pass by the 17. Remember, he has got 7 laps of fresher tires than Matt Bear. I think Matt Bear gave it to Alex Gratz from what we're hearing on the radios. Going back to third, Bronson has increased his lead on Jake Sylvia. And now Sylvia is feeling the wrath of Luke Turpin, Kendrick Cryer, and Austin Edwards.
Yeah, I would not want to be in that car looking in the mirror if you're having... Oh, look at Turpin. Turpin just drives it down into 3, pushes up mid-turn. Manages to hold on to it. We know Turpin is a very clear... Oh, a little bit of bumping down
Yeah,
the
there
front
was a contact. You couldn't see the sparks, but I saw those doors get together.
Yeah, I have to wonder. It looked like the 83 was coming down, just trying to hold Luke Turpin down. Didn't have the room. Oh, he gives Turpin a bump into 3.
This is what you call just good old hard short track racing.
That's a bit interesting to see these two going at it. Turpin, obviously a very clean driver. So, you know, you got to wonder about Sylvia, what his thought process is here, but probably not the best idea to anger Luke Turpin. Oh, my goodness.
Sylvia is just showing everything but a wreck to Luke Turpin at the moment. Turpin hasn't said anything about it. He's just thinking, what are you doing, man? Turpin's, he got loose in turns 1 and 2. And now he's saying something on the radio. He's just queued up, but nothing was said.
You know what? There is the old saying, you don't tug on Superman's cape. I would rephrase that to, you don't bump Superman's bumper.
Let's go to a battle here on track for 16th. Edmund Jones, Mason Foster.
Edmund was...
Whoa, that's contact!
We got to that one just in time. Edmund was extremely fast the first part of this race. Has fallen back since the pit stop. Looks like he had a long time on pit road, so he's got to fight his way back. But Mason Foster definitely knows how to get it done for J&S, so got to wonder if these two are going to be battling for a while. Plus, they've got
Jonathan Bronson has crashed it. The Higgins number 67 has spotted turn number 2. This looked to be some help from, Chris Johnson. If this is a DQ, that's a 3-race suspension.
Chris just pushes up, coming off of turn 2, gets into Bronson, and Bronson goes around. This could be a lot of trouble for EHP, as if this is scored to Chris Johnson, as you mentioned, he's not only out of the race, he's out the next 3.
Now watch from the chopper camera here. So Bronson got loose in the center of 1 and 2, and Johnson just couldn't check up in time and gets into Bronson. Now you think that's still Bronson's fault, right? Nope, in XCAL Racing, you are responsible for checking up. So that is going on the 54 unofficially at the moment. Once Aaron Hillebush makes the call, again, if Chris Johnson is shown the black flag for that, he is disqualified from the race, as he started from the rear as well as with 1 strike. And it's official, Chris Johnson has been disqualified, and he will be suspended for the next 3 races.
What a dramatic change of events here. It's going to be interesting. We saw a lot of drama, a lot of smack talk in the last couple of weeks between a lot of different drivers, but this is just going to add to all of that. A lot of drivers currently on pit road. Greg Holes, Blake Wynn, Matthew Brinson, Matt Bear, Alex Craps are all staying out, as is PDJ Zeller and Zach Edwards.
So those guys pitted early. So the top 3, I think, are going to come in pit now. Just use some extra fuel and just perhaps try and stay on the lead lap and not have a big risk on anything.
Yep, yeah, they all come in. Crapser stays out, PD stays out, Zach Edwards staying out.
So Jonathan Bronson and all of that, I don't even think he got any damage from that. I mean, I know there was the bumper, but as of right now, he is currently being scored in 12th. I don't see anything right now from a hot race car. You know, I kind of do now. There's some wrinkles on the right rear of the B panel, but he looks good.
No, it's nothing significant on it. I think he's actually going to be okay, and he will have fresh tires, so we won't have to worry about the flat spots on him. So he might be good to go, and he could still get up here and get something done tonight. As fast as he is, I can't see. I mean, he's only in 8th place. I can't see him staying back there for long.
Only 2 waves belonging to Nicholas Seams and Mason Foster. While we were at it, Butt Kicker is the official transducer of XCAL Racing, and if you want to save big on a brand new Butt Kicker Gamer of the Gamer Series or anything like that, you can use that code XCAL2022 when making your purchase to save 20% at their website at thebuttkicker.com. And sim racing, by the way, for Butt Kicker, the transducers bring tactile feedback to your sim racing experience, delivering the missing car-to-driver connection so you can drive faster, feel every gear shift, rumble strip, and tire slip with precision accuracy.
Everybody's stacking back up side by side. Waves completed, so looks like we're going to go green here in just a... No, lights are still on the pace car. We should get 1 to green this time.
Once again, congratulations to the winner of the XCAL Racing T-shirt contest, Chris Bernier. You have won a free T-shirt from XCAL Racing.
And hey, you remember when I mentioned that Danny was not giving up any secrets and just kind of laughed in the comments? If the J&S cars had a little surprise for us tonight, look at that front row.
Absolutely. Alex Crapser, PDJ Zeller on row 1. Austin Evers and Zach Edwards, row 2. Alex Gratz, Luke Turpin, row 3. Jonathan Bronson, Kendrick Cryer, row 4. Greg Holtz, Jake Sylvia, the top 10. Here we come as we get ready to go back to green. Watch Crapser. He'll fire first. We're back to racing.
A great restart for Crapser. He gets out front, gets to the high line quickly. PD in second. Zach Edwards, Austin Edwards, no relation, but battling it out down the back straightaway for third.
Oh, Zach Edwards with a bobble. Checks up Austin. He gets out of the groove. 3 wide off of 4. Turpin's at the wall. Turpin goes sideways early. Caution flag is not out just yet. Now it comes out. James Johnson's also involved.
Let's see what the heck happened here. Austin obviously gets booted up the track a couple of times. Bronson tries to stick the nose in the middle as Austin comes down. Bronson gets Turpin, and they go around the 19 of Greg Holes gets it. The 39, I believe Jim Johnson, ends up spinning up into the wall. Luke Turpin, a big hit there, but it looks like the car might be okay. No, I take that back. It looks like his right front might have a little bit of damage to it.
Jonathan Bronson also with some more damage, this time on the front left fender. The bumper looks fine to me. He was involved in that. He got sandwiched with absolutely nowhere to go, so that was absolutely crazy. We're going to step aside here and take a TV timeout. Alex Krapser leads PDJ Zeller, Zach Edwards, Alex Gratz, and Kendrick Cryer. We'll be right back.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting woozy. Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing.
We're back and we're right on time. Back to green, lap 125. Krapser leads him into one.
And side by side, right behind him. Oh, holy cow, Jake Sylvia gets loose off too. He's going
Great
backwards
save.
quickly.
Puts a big gap between himself and the 48. Trouble Matt Bear goes around now this time. Collects PDJ Zeller. Big stack up with the 960. Caution is out once again. And Matt Bear is calling out drivers.
Let's see what happened here.
I don't freaking know what to say about this, man. It's getting crazy.
Matt Bear, look where we pulled in. Matt was already loose and down the track. Petey goes up the track, gets turned up the track. Let's see.
Oh, you know what? There was like the worst netcode I've ever seen. Because there was a car blinking from behind in Mason Foster.
Oh, Mason may have blinked into Matt. Matt comes down, gets Petey, and chaos ensues behind. Let's see what happened with Albie Hewitt. Stephen Wedden caught in that. Gerald Thanos Poole caught in it. A lot of guys just know where to go. It stacked up so quickly. Up ahead, Stephen Wedden manages to get stopped. Gerald Poole gets stopped. Let's see. Albie Hewins was caught up in this.
What is this, the 4th caution of the race now, I want to say, or 5th?
Something like that. A lot of it came down to guys just having to stop on track, and even Jonathan Bronson had to get evasive down into the grass. Jake Sylvia lost a lot on that restart. Fortunately, the caution came out. He holds on to the top 5.
So we're about to get the 2-2 here and hear the call from Aaron Hillebush. This is going to be an interesting rule. So Mason Foster gets the black. And because the incident was because of netcode, Foster disappeared and hit the 420. The rule book says we don't issue black flags for netcode. However, this car restarted with 1 strike and could be DQ'd, but the netcode was obviously on the 96, so the black flag is on Mason Foster.
And you know, with Matt having a little connection issue earlier as well, that plays into that netcode problem even more. And so obviously an increased impact to both the drivers and that whole incident, with both of them having some connection difficulties.
So anyway, we get the waves. They go to James Johnson, Jeremy Letto, and Derek Colson. SimRacer Coin is the official cryptocurrency of XCAL Racing. SimRacing Esports meets crypto and blockchain technology. Earn SimRacer Coins by setups, paints, coaching, or join realistic leagues. In the future, for more info, check out simracercoin.org. SimRacer Coin. Racing is life. So we'll double them up once again, and let's reset it for you here. Alex Krapser and Zach Edwards in row 1. Alex Gratz, Kendrick Cryer, row 2. Jake Sylvia, Matthew Brinson in row 3. Austin Edwards, Mason Foster, row 4. Blake Wynn and Greg Holz round out the top 10. Well, let's see if we can actually complete at least 5 green flag laps here.
You know, it has got to be the quietest we have seen the chat for an XCAL race all season long. You guys are being awfully quiet tonight.
Yeah, they would be thinking bleep, 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 or something like that, but we're back to green.
Down the front straightaway, Krapser does not get the big jump that we have seen all the leaders get so far. He does clear Zach Edwards, but not as much as we have seen so far.
So they all hold serve amongst the top 3. Brinson and Sylvia side by side for 5th on the racetrack. Advantage to the high side. We stack them up behind with Jose Gaudino and company. No caution though. We stay under the green flag. First guy on the inside, Joe Campbell. He's side by side with Greg Holz. That's for 10th on the racetrack.
You got to give it to Brinson. He's another. Oh, Mason Foster, who was up.
He's coming in the pits. He's coming in the pits for the DQ. Not for the DQ, black flag.
I got you. Brinson up 27 spots so far tonight and continuing his march toward the front. We saw him really out of shape earlier in the race. He kept holding on to it, kept going, and now up in the top 5. And Kendrick Cryer just turned the fastest lap of the race so far.
21.13 for Cryer. Matthew Brinson was also close to it as well. We'll check lap times here this time at the line. And nothing here. Jeff Edgar, by the way, just said something and was not happy about something at all. I think he called out something about 3 wide. And oh, there was 3 wide. Edgar, Bronson, and Steven Rex. Rex gets put up in the wall in turn 1. Oh boy, we're going to have a lot of hot-headed drivers after tonight.
Short track racing does bring out the tempers, and when the lights go down, it seems to go up a lot more, and you know, you're going to get tempers flaring as Bronson trying to fight his way back up toward the front after that earlier incident, and then being caught in behind the other wreck just a moment ago. He has still got a long way to go.
Try and find your closest battle on your screen at the moment. And I guess it's this one. We'll stick around and watch the battle for second between Zach Edwards and Alex Gratz. Drivers working on Steven Rex.
Yeah, lap cars, varying degrees of damage and incidents from earlier. Lap traffic definitely comes into play here quickly, especially when you consider the 21-second laps these guys are running out here. It gets interesting, and it gets there very, very quickly.
All drivers still sticking up on the high side. Nobody amongst the leaders going down to the bottom. Alex Gratz, one of the best cars out here on track, led laps early on in this race before we had all the cautions.
It looks like Gratz has calmed down a little bit now that he's in the top 3. Because the first part of this race, man, he was sending it in, through, over, and around everybody, making his way up toward the front.
Gratz starting to get a little bit of a run off of turn 2 on Zach Edwards, but he's going to play it safe, be very particular at the moment.
Jeremy Leto has crashed. Let's see what happened to him. Obviously no caution yet. Leto down into 1 and 2.
Nope, he was blinking.
Oh, yep, he was blinking.
He's been doing that throughout the night tonight. Here we go, battle on track. 6th position, Austin Edwards, Jake Sylvia in lap traffic. Remember, Edwards was involved in the last yellow.
I think he
And
took
it's back up.
minimal damage to the right side. He got banged into the wall just a little bit, but doesn't seem to have affected that car much.
I see some left fender damage, but other than that, nothing too bad. I'll take a look here off of corner 4. I think it's just the left fender and the right side door, but other than that, not too shabby for the 18. As he makes the overtake, he is up into 6th spot. Let's watch Derek Colson as he battles with James Johnson for 20th. Easy pass there from the 39, the outside.
Derek and Jim have both been involved in incidents tonight, but Jim obviously getting a bit more damage, as you see. But Derek Colson was a lap down. He got a wave around on the last caution, and now he is trying to fight his way back toward the front. Jim Johnson also was further up early in the race, but got caught in an incident. Heavy damage on the left side of that car. He's fighting his way back.
Update on the drivers that were involved in the last 2 yellows, by the way. Luke Turpin currently up in 11th spot. Jonathan Bronson is in 18th. In the caution due to the netcode situation, Matt Bear is running 13th. PDJ Zeller is 15th. 22 drivers are still on the lead lap, but the leaders are about to catch a big train of lap traffic.
Yeah, that's when this will really start to heat up. Those top 3 still nose to tail. Kendrick Cryer not far behind. Matthew Brinson not far behind in 5th. Once they get into lap traffic, things will get a little bit more interesting, a little more exciting for this top 5. Plus, you know, as they catch it, they're still going to have green flag pit stops again in the near future.
Drivers pitted on lap number 110. Some drivers pitted on lap number 110, so we'll expect them around laps 175, lap 180. Other drivers pitted on like lap 120 for Turpin, lap 128 in that range, some lap 127 amongst the most of a lot of drivers. In the mode, I should say, and we would expect them by around lap 195.
Looks like Zach Edwards is starting to build a bit of a run on Alex Krapser. And Alex Gratz right on Zach Edwards' back bumper off of turn 2.
Good racing here. Drivers being patient.
Kendrick Cryer up high, clearing some lap traffic. The 062 down the bottom. Matthew Brinson back in 5th. Great run tonight by Brinson, up 27 spots. And Bronson has
Trouble
crashed.
Bronson. He has put it into the pits, and the right front wheel is gone.
What
He got
in
the wall. Oh, same situation we saw with another driver earlier. I think it was Gerald Poole. Put it up in the wall. He touched the opening and lost his right front.
Oh, yeah, a hard
That's
hit
a
push.
tough
And
break.
he was one of the fastest cars on the track. Now on pit road, he'll get repaired and come back out for the points. But Bronson's chance at a win might be. Oh my God! There we go.
Get together, Alex Krapser goes to the ground. Here comes Alex Kratz, looking for the 2-for-1 discount on the outside.
And it looks like
Krapser! Krapser goes around. Alex Krapser goes around the leader.
And now
Oh my goodness!
Gratz trying to get by Jose Godino here. Let's see if we can get another look at what happened with Krapser. It looked like he...
The drivers have been racing like it's 5 to go. It's crazy, but the fans love it.
Look at that. It just pushes up, trying to carry as much momentum as possible. He does keep it off the walls and keeps going, but loses a ton of track position. Meanwhile, Alex Gratz pulls out to the lead and has a half second now over Zach Edwards.
Hopefully everything's calmed down. Kendrick Cryer now trying to close in. Man, Alex Krapser, the biggest loser in all of that. He just went from 1st to 17th and not even a lap.
That's got to be heartbreaking, but I expect he'll be making his way back toward the front before long. I don't believe he got any. He's got a few scratches on the right side, but nothing significant, so he still has all that speed that car has. And I guarantee you he's frustrated and going to fight his way back up.
Let's go to 6th spot. Jake Sylvia and Blake Wynn having a great battle. Slide job, Sylvia. It works for the 83. The Edmund Jones owned car up to 6th.
Yeah, Edmund's got to be happy about that. Jake is, man, Jake is just flying here tonight. He started in 39th and is up in 6th. He's been as high as 4th place, so he definitely has come to play tonight.
Hopefully we can all catch our breaths here for right now as we look backwards throughout the field. We got a long single file train amongst lead lap cars. You go from Jake Sylvia, then you got to go all the way back to Robert Colgan, who's running in 16th position. So there could be an accident brewing here shortly. Who knows?
Well, you got to look around 12th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. You got Matt Bear, Edmund Jones, PDJ Zeller, Matt Pelletier all there, Joe Campbell up in 10th. And these guys are running every time they come off the turn inches off of each other's bumpers, trying to find an advantage anywhere they can, trying to find a hole. And, yeah, things could get interesting very quickly here.
Blake Wynn, though, in trouble. He's now facing pressure from Greg Holtz, who almost made contact in the center of 1 and 2. Holtz dirt tracked it in the corner and makes the pass work. Now here comes Luke Turpin to the inside of Blake Wynn. And he gets tight in the corner. Oh, so close.
Yeah, it looks like as the sun goes down, the lights come on. Some of these cars are really starting to develop a push. Holy cow, Turpin way up the track that time.
The low groove here at Thompson is completely different than the higher groove in terms of the banking and the way it's laid out.
Joe Campbell definitely taking advantage of Blake Wynn getting pushed up the track, got the nose in, couldn't make it stick, and now he's got Matt Bear right on the back bumper.
That's a battle on track for 9th.
Man, that battle from 9th on back to about, what is that, about 15th, 16th place? They're all just nose to tail, one mistake, one slip, drive in a little too deep, and you're getting past.
Campbell thought about looking down to the inside, instead decides to cut it back, almost puts the bumper. Campbell gets on the brakes in the center.
Yeah, that obviously, Joe not going to wreck somebody to move up, but loses a little bit of momentum getting on the brakes there, but quickly pulls back up into the fight.
Working on lap 163. Campbell again puts the bumper on Blake Wynn as the 99 pressuring Luke Turpin for 8th.
Oh!
This is fun.
Let's take a look from the XCAL blimp and see. You see, they are stretched out. There is not many gaps out there on the track. Everybody is nose to tail, side by side in some cases. A lot of great racing going on all over.
Absolutely. Blake Wynn inside. Luke Turpin, contact! Turpin! Can he save another wall? He goes around. Culloch's Joe Campbell. Caution flag is out once again.
Art
Oh
Hendren
my
was off track
goodness.
as well. Let's see. Let's start with Art. What happened to Art Hendren right before the chaos? Art loose off of turn 4, right in front of the leaders, gets it down into the grass. So great save by Art Hendren. Then let's take a look. Luke Turpin, Blake Wynn side by side. Blake leans on him hard, and it looks like Joe Campbell was just barely there. Tried to back out of it, but couldn't. They all get together, and Luke Turpin really gets sandwiched this time.
And there's a fight breaking out in the chatter.
John Brancaccio got caught up in as well. Not sure if it was the same incident or back behind. Let's take a look.
This would be a strike for Blake Wynn. It would not be a disqualification.
Oh, Brancaccio has to stop on the front straightaway to not get caught in that. A lot of drivers get down to the apron, and as they all get moving again, a lot of drivers just having to come to a complete stop to avoid the chaos. And most of the lead lap cars now going to pit road. Blake Wynn staying out. Be interesting to see who they put this one on, as that was some good hard racing, but man, they got to leaning on each other and things just got out of hand.
So while we are at it, let's take a look at a full field run. Actually, we're going to hold off on the full field rundown. We'll take this opportunity while we're at it to shout out some of our sponsors here. First off, the XCAL Racing web shop. Take a look at xcalracing.com/shop for all your favorite XCAL Racing products. New products include XCAL Loves Black Flags, XCAL is Life, and Jeff Edgar Fan Target Back. Sim Racer Hub is the official statistician of XCAL Racing, which calculates all the points and top 5s, top 10s for you. Sim Racer Coin, the official cryptocurrency of XCAL Racing. Earn Sim Racer Coins by participating in racings, and you can purchase setups and a whole lot more. Sim Racer Coins, racing is life. And we would also like to take this opportunity to let you all know on the Flaming Karma Paint Shop sponsoring our replays. The XCAL Patreon is the official super fan site. If you're interested in becoming a super fan of XCAL Racing, I'm sorry, it's Patreon. Patreon. Aaron's been calling me out for that throughout the season. If you want to become an XCAL Racing Patreon, get exclusive access to the XCAL Racing Discord and a whole lot more. Must be 18 and older to view, just like how you have to be 18 and older to listen to the radio on Whale PD. But let's also take an opportunity to welcome a brand new sponsor to XCAL Racing while we're at it. Alloy Wheel Repair Specialist. Nationwide wheel repair service, no matter where you live. We have a location to repair or paint your alloy rims. Serving the U.S. and Canada, we have a wheel repair export to help you. Find a location online at awrswheelrepair.com. Full field rundown here for you, and we'll do this before we come back to the green flag. Austin Edwards, Alex Gratz, Greg Holes, Kendrick Cryer, Jake Sylvia, Matt Bear, Blake Wynn, Matt Pelletier, Kyle Martin, PDJ Zeller round out the top 10. Edmund Jones 11th, Alex Krapser 12th, Albert Hewins 13th, Derek Colson 14th, Jeremy Letto 15th, Robert Colgan 16th, Matthew Brinson 17th, Connor Rockwood 18th, Jeff Edgar 19th, and Luke Turpin 20th.
Stephen Wetton in 21st, Nicholas Seams 22nd, Zach Edwards 23rd, Jim Johnson currently in 24th, Gerald Thanos Poole 25th, Travis Sukup 26th, John Friley 27th, Mason Foster 28th, Don Jordan in 29th, Stephen Ricks back in 30th, John Brancaccio 31st, Brad Ebel having a rough night. He's in 32nd, Joe Campbell on pit road in 33rd, Art Hendren 34th, Jonathan Bronson out of the race in 35th, Jose Godino 36th, Sean Patrick 37th, Mike DiCarlo back out on track in 38th, Chris Johnson out in 39th, Sean Andrews, Ryan Seams also out of the race.
Wild race so far. Trying to listen here what the chat has to say. Crickets at the moment.
That's a bit of a shock.
Absolutely. So we're set to go back to green. We are past the halfway point on lap number 173. Normally we do an extended full field rundown. The full field rundown, by the way, brought to you by How to Suck at iRacing. But because we were coming back to the green flag, we wanted to do it as quick as possible. Austin Edwards recovering from a spin to the race lead. We should recap, by the way, that yellow. Kyle Martin getting waved around the pace car. Guess who got black flagged for it? Luke Turpin got the call. That is... I don't know about that one. Oh, trouble, yellow. Oh, my gosh. Alex Krapser and Travis Sukup off the track.
See what happened here. Krapser's got a massive... Oh, PDJ Zeller was in the wall in front of him. Let's take another look, but let's pull up PD and watch this. A lot of banging off of turn 2, and PD ends up in the wall. You've got a car spinning down to the inside. Several cars getting...
This is starting to get ridiculous. Like, I don't get it. These guys have raced so freaking well at Thompson in the past. I don't get it.
Well, that kind of thing happens when you try and take it 4 wide off of turn 2. Let's see if we can
Which is so stupid to do. 4 wide off of turn 2 at Thompson? That's BS. Like, seriously.
See if we can get a little bit better angle here as they come off the 37 down on the bottom. And it looks like we had a beep beep into the side of... And there is where it started. He said beep beep.
Yep. I don't know what to say about this race anymore. This series has been so good with long runs, and now we're dealing with this. I don't get it. I don't get it. And guys, normally this is not me on a broadcast. Normally this is some incredible racing, some of the best street stock racing we're seeing on iRacing. I can promise you that this is not expected in XCAL racing. That's for sure. And it just makes me sick that we're dealing with this. I mean, I know Doug and I were supposed to be acting professional and respect all the drivers. We absolutely do respect all the drivers, but Doug, at the same time, we're not afraid to call anybody out.
No, but and it is a bit surprising to see guys pushing as hard as they are mid-race, but you know, as up and down as this race has been for some of these drivers, they see an opportunity, they go for it, and I don't know, let the tires warm up for a lap or two before you try and take it 4 wide off turn 2. Just a hunch, just a thought. It'll be interesting to see who gets the call on this one. You guys at home, tell us in the comments, who do you think should get called for that caution?
I think we've got a net code situation. Jeff Edgar, Luke Turpin, Stephen Wetton each get waves around.
So that puts Turpin back on the lead lap, I do believe. Now he's got a long way to go to get back up to the front. He'll be in 19th.
So as we get set to go back to the green flag, let's tell you a little bit more about Alloy Wheel Repair Specialists as well. Again, like we said, nationwide wheel repair service. They specialize in a whole lot more. Wheel repair services, they can curb rash and bent ribs. They're a breeze to fix. Wheel custom coloring, paint your rims the color of your choice. They've got powder coating available too. From minor cosmetic damage to complete restoration, alloy wheel repair specialists offer professional and affordable alloy rim repair. It's either alloy or alloy. I think it's alloy, isn't it, Doug? I think they say alloy in the UK. I think that's probably what they say, like how they say aluminium.
It's aluminium.
Okay.
I watch a lot of British TV.
Too much Formula One for me. I've been watching a lot more Formula One than ever, so that's probably why. So, all right. Lap 180 up on the boards. Austin Edwards, Alex Gratz, Kendrick Cryer, Greg Holes, Jake Sylvie, the top 5 back to green. Can we get a long run, please?
Hey,
Please, iRacing gods.
Just Kyle Keller drops in and said Petey should go to the back of the longest, or Petey should get credit for that wreck, for that caution. We'll see who did it pan out to be on that one.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't care. We're back to green. Holes looking inside on Kendrick Cryer to complete lap 180. Stays back in it.
Single file throughout part of the field here. You got to go back to about 10th where Matthew Brenson and Derek Colson going at. Colson having a great run tonight.
Sylvia inside still. He's making that low line work. Got to give him credit. He's been one of the few to actually get that to work. Remember, 2 completely different grooves here at Thompson, so.
Yeah,
a little tighter on entry, though.
Yeah, if you can get it to work here, you definitely have a distinct advantage. And with the track changing just due to the cooler temperature, we might see a few more cars drop down to the bottom. It looks like that line behind him, a lot of them were down on the bottom as well. Matt Bear was down there. Matt goes high and wanted to. Holy cow, Sylvia. Keep sending it, buddy.
Let's see if Bear takes this 3 wide. He just called out Sylvia and put Towers on the wall. Remember, that is Matt Bear's car, too. So I think Matt Bear's not afraid to take the 83 out.
Probably not.
Oh,
Caution.
my gosh.
Kyle Martin,
my
Brad
gosh.
Ebel. Jeff
Are you
Edgar
kidding
involved. Let's see. There's Kyle Martin off of turn 2 and gets into the wall.
Let's see if there was some contact.
Oh, the 36 just, I don't know what to say. The 36.
Oh, either a tire went down or that was intentional.
You got to wonder. Let's see what happened to Brad Ebel back behind. I think he just got caught in it. And he just gets.
With the way that looked intentional. I don't know, but this is getting out of hand.
Let's see it from a different angle. Oh, yeah. From that angle, it definitely looks like Jeff Edgar. You know what? Let's see if we can get Jeff Edgar's in-car camera. Well, that'll tell the tale. Was he fighting the car or was he turning right here? Comes out of turn 2. You see him fighting the wheel a little bit. Oh, no, wrong car.
And it's a disqualification on Steven Rex. Remember, he did receive a strike coming into the green flag, so that's your second DQ for the night. So
there was Steven Rex that got into him, so let's see Steven Rex's in-car. Down the back straightaway left. It looks like he was actually trying to turn down. He was fighting the car, it just pushed up. He had to catch the car up the track out of turn 2. You saw that where he was moving right. But as soon as he got alongside of him, he was turning left trying to keep the car off of him.
So while we are at it, let's step aside and go to break restart. Coming up next, Austin Edwards leads here at Thompson. Back to green, lap 191 goes in the books. Austin Edwards, Alex Gratz brings them back.
And mid-race chaos, as we were talking about on the break, a little bit of chaos is expected, but this one's been a bit crazy. We did not see this much chaos at Irwindale Inner.
How about Alex Gratz around the outside? Austin Edwards, not in the racing group, could not clear the 17, and Alex Gratz goes to the race lead. How about some of these drivers that are up in the front of the field now with some of these popular drivers going on around? Derek Colson is in 8th. Edmund Jones is in 10th.
All right, Matika, I know you're out there. You and the kids are out there watching. Let's see some cheering in the comments. Edmund is having an awesome race. He fell back mid-race. He started up in the top 5 tonight. He fell back a little bit mid-race, but man, the sun has gone down. That car is cranked up. Holy cow. It gets a little dicey.
Alex Gratz, by the way, oh, trouble. Hang on. Jeremy Leto off track. Keeps it going. Alex Gratz, quickest lap, 21:09. Last time by, this time by a 21:2. So good racing after this restart. PDJ Zeller, meanwhile, inside on Derek Colson. The friends go at it for 10th.
And Chris Johnson in the, obviously out of the car, but in the comments cheering on Edwards' high performance.
Trouble, Art Hendren has come to a stop on the back straightaway. No caution, we stay green, back to 10th.
Let's see what happened to Art. Art is not, you know, late last season, Art really started to come alive, but here at the start of this one, just not had the same luck. Oh, he got tapped. The 960 sends it just enough to send him around, and he toes the pit road. Thanks, Chris. PDJ Zeller, Matt Brinson really going at it here. Alex Kratzer in 9th. Luke Turpin in 8th.
Olsen is having a good bat after falling back because he got loose, battling with Connor Rockwood. We've yet to call out his name in the number 66, back in the 15th spot. You see Colgan try and dime in the corner.
Yeah, Rockwood just quietly held on to the top 15 all night. He had a decent starting spot in 8th. Got caught up in a couple of incidents, now toward the back, and now he's, I think he's giving Colson a little bit of the bumper here. Backs off just a little bit.
And racing for right now.
Robert Colgan right behind him as well, starting to pull up.
Let's go to 4th position. Sylvia and Matt Bear. Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Yeah, both drivers. I mean, Sylvia's had a good run tonight, but and for the most part it's been clean. But Matt Bear, obviously the Matt Bear, a little bit aggravated. Okay, a lot aggravated tonight. And yeah, oh, and Sylvia, did you see how loose he was off turn 4?
Yeah, that got close.
And Matt sees an opening. He's going through it, and the question is, how frustrated is Matt, and does he use the bumper this early?
Let's go to 10th. Zeller and Brinson's the closest battle on track. 2/10 off of each other. Brinson's had actually a cleaner race than a lot of us thought. He's up 21 spots and having a good night so far.
Yeah, he's been as high as 5th place. Brinson obviously definitely is proving he deserves to be here. He's extremely fast. He has charged through the field more than once, and obviously looks like he's quite a bit faster than Petey here. As mid-turn, he is right back to the back bumper, just trying to find the perfect run in the perfect position to get around.
If you've just joined us, we're glad you could join us for another edition of XCAL Racing on How to Suck at iRacing. Marty Sakala and Doug Burns along with you on the call. If you're new to XCAL Racing is the premier street stock series on iRacing, going to short track, super speedways, road courses, and a whole lot more. If you want to be an XCAL Racing car owner or driver, XCALRacing.com is your source for a whole lot more info on that. Next week is the XCAL All-Star Race presented by Butt Kicker, where the winner will take home a free Butt Kicker game or two. And then 2 weeks from now, we've got a 200-lap race, and these next 2 races, all at Michigan. And that's my favorite super speeder race of them all, because you've got 3 wide racing, you've got 4 wide racing, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, let's be real. Last year in the All-Star race, we had 5-wide racing at more than one occasion, especially through 1 and 2. They come down the back straight away. They come out of 2 5-wide. And there was times where they went into 1 3-wide, came out 5-wide, and then went into 3 5-wide, and chaos definitely happens when you try that. But man, it is always a great race. You're not going to want to miss that.
Last year, pardon me. Just get my facts right. Last year, Blake Wynn was the winner of the All-Star race and took home a butt kicker game or 2. And he had to put the bumper, by the way, on Matt Bear to do it. So, bump and runs are possible at Michigan as well. So, who knows what can go down.
Yeah, and that was definitely an interesting one. Matt Bear obviously not happy, looking for redemption this year. I kind of think he'll probably get it.
Matt Bear currently in 5th, by the way, ahead of Blake Wynn as we are watching the battle for P6 on track between Blake Wynn and Matt Pelletier. We have yet to talk about him tonight. He has been hanging out in the back for a lot in this race. He's been able to recover to get up to 7th. Missing, dodging all these wrecks, and that's why he's up here at the moment. Inside he goes for 6th.
Yep, up 31 spots now and making it happen tonight. The first half of the race, mid-pack at best, but the sun has gone down, the lights are come up, and that car has come alive. He could be up there in the fight for the lead before too much longer. Austin Edwards gets the wall a little bit off of 2, as does Alex Gratz. These two going at it, and you have to wonder, Austin looking to break his last year, his massive win record, setting the all-time winningest driver in a single season, and he didn't even run the full season. Looking to beat that this year. How hard do you think he races Gratz here?
Hey, it's going to be patient. Wait until the final laps. Remember, it's EHP top 3 at the moment.
Do you think the boss...
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think the boss, though, gets down to the last 5 laps? Do you think he gives Alex the bumper to get to the win?
I'm not too sure. I wouldn't say so because Alex Gratz, as I look through my notes here, the driver of the 17, yet to win. He's got 2 top 5s and 6 top 10s. I think he will let Gratz have it because Edwards is doing good right now in points. Currently has he currently up on the points lead on Luke Turpin, would extend it if they stand where they are. Let's go to Matt Bear, by the way, in 5th spot, inside on Jake Sylvia. This should get good.
Yeah, they had the nose in off of turn 2, drag race down the back straightaway. Matt Bear has been exceedingly good in turns 1 and 2 all night. Has been able to get that nose in. It's just a question of does he have enough momentum off of turn 2 to get down the back straightaway and get the win, or to get the pass.
Getting reports that the 960 of Nicholas Seams is blinking. Let's go to Luke Turpin and Blake Wynn. Oh boy, 7th spot. Remember what happened in the last yellow, or 2 or 3 yellows ago, I should say. I think it was 3 yellows ago. There's too many yellows in this race, damn it.
Turpin is definitely starting to make his way back forward.
Uh-oh. Guess what? Nope, never mind. Wrong car I'm thinking of. But let's watch this closely.
He
Turpin
gives Blake
Wynn
the bumper. Crapser gives him the bumper.
Checks him up all. Blake Wynn luckily surviving for right now. Remember the Teddy Christopher version of Morse code. 1 bump, I'm here. 2 bumps, time to move. 3 bumps, I'm moving you. I believe PDJ Zeller would absolutely be cool with Luke Turpin moving Blake Wynn. Because Blake Wynn looked like this was the guy that was about to get the black flag. Turpin got screwed out of that, in my opinion. Remember, if Turpin causes one more, he's going to get DQ'd, and he moves, throws the elbow at Blake Wynn. He showed it. He sent a message to Blake Wynn there saying, dude, get out of the way. You have not been driving the best and the smart out there tonight.
Crapser took advantage of that event, and he picks up a spot here as well. Blake Wynn back to 9th. Petey looking to the inside. Petey gets into him.
Petey gives his rival the bumper. The elbow, I should say. Oh my goodness. Nobody likes Blake Wynn. He's turned into the heel of XCAL Racing.
And
all the way back to 13th.
He has lost a ton of spots here, and I guarantee you Blake Wynn gets an opportunity. He scraped the wall down the back straightaway. I'd be worried if he catches back up to some of those guys now. I'd be willing to bet he uses the bumper on them in return, but a lot harder.
If I'm Petey or Luke, if Blake gets up there, I'd be worried.
Oh, yes, indeed. Matthew Brinson currently running in 10th, right on Petey's bumper. He's taking advantage of everybody that's been moved out of his way so far.
Let's talk about this while we're at. Let's talk about pit strategy. If we go to the end, we're looking at a two-stop race. Drivers pitted on around lap 167, lap 168. Fuel window just about 65, 70 laps. So as we're looking at it, 240 and 310 are the predicted next stops. However, though, we have some drivers that pitted on lap 187. So if I do my math right there, 190, 260, 320. Yeah, everyone would have to make 2 more stops.
Yeah, even with the cautions, since a lot of these guys pitted, even with those cautions, they can only extend that so far. I just don't see it. It would take a miracle to one-stop it from here. You'd have to make it to about lap 260. 260, yeah, about 260 would get, 265 would get you there, and I don't know, looking through the field, I don't know of anybody who could, well...
Nobody will make it on one stop.
There's a few of them that stopped at 187 that
Is
are
that Pelletier?
mid-pack.
Matt Pelletier just gave, sorry to interrupt.
I think a few of these guys mid-pack that have stopped on lap 187, if they were saving fuel, they could probably stretch it and pull it off, but it'd be really, really, really close.
Matt Pelletier lets Turpin, Zeller, and Brinson go by, so Pelletier goes back to 10th. Luke Turpin from 2 spins and a black flag up to 7th. Zeller from a spin to 8th.
Might make that 9th as here comes Brinson looking to the inside. Can't get there yet.
So now I got a question for you. Now, I believe you have race control admins as well, correct?
Correct.
I hate to have you do this because we want to make this look like a professional broadcast, but could you just pull up your iRacing UI and just tell me if anybody has 0x? This would be fun. This would be fun.
I doubt anybody has. If I can get it, pull up. Oh crap! No, I've got camera tools up. I can't.
Understandable. No worries.
I
Derek
forgot I had
Colton.
all the camera tools up for the special cameras. So
Yeah, no worries. I get it. It's all good. Zach Edwards and Blake Wynn battle for 13th. Wynn is fading ever since that Turpin move. I think it's gotten into Blake Wynn's head.
it's either that or he slid around so much it tore the tires up because he is really fading late in the run. Or maybe just trying to fight and stay in the fight. He used up what tire he had. He's now back into 14th. He's going to try and stay on Zach Edwards' back bumper.
Let's go back to the leaders. It's still Kratz, Edwards, and Cryer. 1, 2, 3. Again, they're all working together. Don't expect them to make any passes, battles for a position anytime soon. Let's go to Turpin and Brinson, the battle for 7th.
Yeah, Brinson has definitely shown he has got a lot of speed here tonight. Turpin's been able to hold him off despite Brinson getting the nose in more than once, but I gotta wonder how much longer he can hold him off. As fast as Brinson has been here tonight, I don't know that Luke Turpin can hold him. Here we go, Brinson now to the inside at turn 3. Turpin doesn't even try anymore. He lets him by easy, trying to save a little bit. A very Turpin move.
I think Turpin may be saving his stuff here. He just let Brinson have the corner from what I'm hearing on the radio.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to do it right there, so it made sense. And that'll give Turpin an opportunity to save a little bit more fuel because you know how Turpin do.
Let's take a look at some messages here in chat at the moment. Mr. Dr. Professor Meccano, speaking of Brinson, says he better have some skill. I hired him on this team for a reason. That's honestly a good point. One car, by the way, is owned by Keegan Allsup, so, or excuse me, that is owned by Brinson himself. Allsup was the last one to drive car number 1, be specific. Chris Johnson says, Doug, you're the best.
Yeah.
The Brinson Mafia is still out there in Travis Rogers. And I think you got the message from Kyle Keller, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just to make sure. We got drivers, by the way, coming on in. We are just around that window where we should expect the leaders to come in. Now, the first guy that's not on the 170 strategy is Matthew Brinson. Now, he pitted on lap 187. Now, we would expect him on his stops at around 255 to 257, and then about 10 laps to go before the end of the race. Now, if this race does go to the end, and Brinson, let's assume perhaps he is the race leader, do we see him take less fuel?
Obvious. Yeah, he will, on that last stop, he'll be able to take enough fuel that it'll be a noticeable difference in the pit stop time. That could be the strategy, or he could do it on this next pit stop to give himself the track position. He's got multiple options here, so it'll come down to what his team strategy, what his team and team owners say are the best strategy watching the race. The track position could come into play, but late in the race, being able to take less time on pit road when they know they all have to hit pit road, that could be the winning move.
Oh, Alex Gratz coming on into pit road, by the way. We were talking about Alex Gratz's strategy earlier when that first yellow came out on lap 16. He decided to come on in. He got the lead and took less fuel than everyone else because of that. Came in the same time as the leaders and was able to get back on the current strategy and assume the race lead. We'll see if Brinson or maybe even Alex Krapser do the same thing. Remember, Krapser also pitted on lap 186 too.
Austin Edwards in the lead has a blinking 01 car right in front of him. Austin
That's
looks
Jeremy
like
Lutto.
No.
He lets Kendrick Pryor have it.
Letting Kendrick lead a lap here for points.
Yep, that's 5 bonus points for leading a lap. I don't know who's led the most laps so far in this race. I want to say it's Gratz today. Oh, the slider almost did not work for Kendrick. Almost put Jeremy Lutto into the wall. Let's watch this mess here in 16th spot between James Johnson and Kyle Martin.
Yeah,
Matt Bear, by the way, in the pits.
Jim definitely starting to make his way back toward the front. He had some struggles early. Holy cow, what's going on behind him? The 55 almost sends it. Okay, here Jim's... Oh, Jim misses
Jim
pit road.
overshot it.
Oh.
He ain't losing the spot. That's going to cost him a lot of time.
That is a heartbreak for Jim. He looked like he was making his way forward yet again, but no, just more bad luck. Of course, coming down the back straightaway, he couldn't get down to the bottom. A lot of drivers just in the way.
Now let's watch two guys that pitted at the same time on 238, Alex Gratz and Jake Sylvia. Gratz had a slower stop by 2 seconds compared to the 83, and Sylvia is right on the tail for 17th.
Yeah, these guys are definitely going to be racing their way back up toward the front. That 17 car was leading, so after pit stop cycle through, he may be back up in the lead, and Jake right on the back bumper. And remember, Jake came 35 spots from the back up to into the top 5 earlier in the race. He definitely has a fast hot rod here tonight.
Yet to lead in this race, though. Let's keep that in mind. So let's go behind him as Robert Colgan, Albert Hewins also battling for what's now 6th on the track, but will likely turn into a midfield battle. So the EHP cars of Edwards and Cryer now in the pits. Should expect them out in about maybe 30 seconds, halfway through their stop as of right now. So Alex Krapser currently with the lead, 2.5 up on Matthew Brinson. And let's look at the top 6, by the way. They all pit in the lap 180, so they're waiting unless one of them decides to pit right now. so they can get back on the current strategy. We'll see what happens.
John Brancaccio has had an incident. Let's see what happened to him. Might have been coming to pit road. No, he was not trying to get to pit road. He just comes out of turn 3 and 4 and loses the back end off of turn 4 right in the middle of the track. Manages to get that car off the track quickly and out of the racing groove. No caution.
Doug, I just thought of something. What if these guys pit on their current run right now, and then when they come in for their final pit stops, they take... Oh, my God, Gerald pulls around right in front of Crapster. That won't be a caution. But anyway, getting back to my point. What if the guys that pitted on lap 180, what if they come in, take full fuel, and then on the final stop they come in when the leaders come in and take less fuel and get out in front of them?
Yeah, that's definitely one advantage. One thing they've got going in their favor. They've got a couple of different strategies that could play out as Alex Crapser threads the needle. Matt Bear!
Oh, just gave the bumper to Don Jordan. Bye-bye.
Wow.
No caution will stay green. Let's take a look at how the track looks from the XCAL Racing blimp.
Hold on, let's take a look at this move by Matt Bear first. Off of turn 2, just has a massive run. Don Jordan right there. Matt Bear really had two options: on the brakes and risk a wreck, or get Don Jordan and risk a wreck. Looking from the blimp now, you can see a lot of racing going on all over the track.
I think our second long run we've got on the day so far. So while we are at it, we will step aside and go to break. Alex Crapster continues to lead at Thompson. We'll go side by side. Stay with us. We are back here at the XCAL Racing $5 Tuesday Series from Thompson International Speedway. Mario Scala alongside Doug Burns with you. Austin Edwards is the new leader as he has a 5.5-second lead on Matt Bear, Alex Krapser, Zach Edwards, and Kendrick Cryer. As we've completed 260 laps, we are approaching 70 laps to go in just a moment. Let's take a look at that battle for a second between Bear and Krapser. What a rebound night for Matt Bear. Once again, it's been a rough night for his team, but he's currently anchoring the ship right now.
Yeah, he really is, and you gotta think he has been hungry for that first win of the season all season long. He has been so close so many times, just looking for victory lane here, but Austin Edwards out front is not going to make it easy here tonight.
Absolutely. We got that battle happening. You've got Zach Edwards, Kendrick Cryer for 4th position. How about Zach rebounding after that crazy race that happened where the leaders got together in the back straightaway?
Yeah, he just gets caught in a lot of stuff and ends up somehow always recovering. He's doing a great job here tonight, making his way toward the front, but Kendrick Cryer, that young man, all over the back bumper of Zach Edwards. It's going to be an interesting battle as this race winds down.
Let's do our full field rundown here, brought to you by How to Suck at iRacing. We've completed 264 laps. We'll do our extended full field rundown. Doug, take the top 20.
Austin Edwards in the lead with Matt Bear now up in second. Alex Krapser all over the back bumper in third. Zach Edwards back in fourth. Has Kendrick Cryer looking to the inside in fifth. Alex Gratz, a great night so far for him, up in sixth. He has led some tonight as well. Luke Turpin, another great rebound in seventh. PDJ Zeller having a great run tonight, one of his best of the season, currently in eighth. Jake Sylvia coming from 39th up into 9th right now, has been further up. Expect him to finish further up. Greg Hulls has quietly made his way up into the top 10 here tonight, having another great run. Blake Wynn, a source of controversy and chaos, is currently running in 11th. And what about Matthew Brenson? Just quietly comes into the field, has charged his way up into 12th. Connor Rockwood quietly hanging out in 13th tonight. Derek Colson having a great night as well in 14th. Matt Pelletier currently running in 15th and probably one of the cleanest cars of the night. Jeff Edgar currently in 16th. Albie Hewins currently running in 17th, up 10 spots, having a great night as well. Edmund Jones has been back and forth all night, currently in 18th spot. Look for him to come back toward the front. Jeremy Leto in 19th has had a difficult night to say the least. He's having a great comeback, and Robert Colgan currently in 20th.
21st position is Kyle Martin. He's up 20 spots in the 25. Nicholas Seams, the 960 in 22nd, but a tough night still trying to get the fan vote for the XCAL All-Star race. Mason Foster's been a pretty wild night for him, currently running in 23rd after getting a netcode black flag. John Frawley also a rough night, but up 5 spots from the start of the race. He is in 24th position. Good battle for 25th between Gerald Poole and Travis Sukup. Thanos advances, trouble behind them, in front of them rather. James Johnson around in the 39, and correction, actually saves it. Keeps it off the wall and stays straight. So Johnson falls back to 27th. Sukup advances into 26th. Don Jordan, who's also had a tough night tonight, he's up 5 spots though, but is in 28th. Same with Don Jordan's teammate Brad Ebel, also a tough night, currently in 29th. John Brancaccio, always a quiet back marker, up 8 positions, currently in 30th. I don't think he expected to have this night. Art Hendren currently running in 31st, also a tough night for him. Stephen Wetton is running in 32nd. Jose Gaudino has dropped 16 spots down to 30th. Sean Patrick has been in a couple of wrecks tonight in 34th. After having nowhere to go in one of the yellows where he called out Blake Wynn, added him to his list of public enemies, Joe Campbell is down 10 spots to 35th. Mike DiCarlo, who's also had a quiet night, the Fuel Factor machine, is in 36th. Steven Rex is out of the race in 37th. In fact, actually 5 drivers are out of the race. Steven Rex done for the night, 37th. Jonathan Bronson in 38th. Chris Johnson, 39th. Sean Andrews, 40th. Ryan Seams in 41st. One car did not take the green flag, by the way. It was the number 23. As of 6 p.m., which is when the deadline is, there was no name on it. So the driver that is the owner of the number 3 will get charged with a no-show, and you don't want to have numerous no-shows, or else it would lead to penalties. That number 23 is driven by Joe Campbell, unless it was withdrawn, but we did not see an update on the grid as of 6 p.m. when we printed this out. Let's go to 15th, Albert Hewins and Edmund Jones.
Yeah, I expect Edmund will probably be able to work his way back into the top 10 before this is all said and done. He's had an interesting night. Started up in 4th place, has worked his way, had stayed up there for quite some time on that first long run. Had some problems on pit road, faded, has been caught in cautions, and still been able to fight back every single time. So I don't think that car's done yet.
Edmund scrapes the wall just a little bit, but he's still keeping his car clean and good to go. Luke Turpin, who's trying to recover from a wild night tonight, has a challenge on his hand from PDJ Zeller in 8th. Battle is on for 7th.
And just getting word, Danny saying the 23 was withdrawn in time, so no penalty there.
Okay, good to hear there from Joe Campbell. Nice pass from Zeller. That's something you don't really expect. Zeller is up to 7th as he passes Luke Turpin.
He did say earlier in the season he would finish this season in the top 10 in points. He'd get some top 5 races before this is all said and done. He's now out there proving it.
10th in points coming on in. Just about a 50-point deficit on the car ahead of him. Excuse me, on the car behind him, which is Steven Rex. And he's about 80 or 70 points or so to the car in front of him, which is the 01 today, driven by Jeremy Niletto, normally driven by John Schwartz. Of course, Schwartz out of college so for the semester, so he's dealing with move-out situations there. One driver is in the pits. That is Alex Gratz in the 17 on lap 280. Final stops of the race underway, but I don't think we expected Gratz to come in this early. Do you think he's trying to use fresh tires as an advantage until the drivers come in with 10 to 20 laps to go?
I think he's going to use both fresh tires, and he's not going to need to take as much fuel here, so he'll be able to get on and off pit road a little bit quicker, hoping this strategy plays out for him and he can make his way forward once everybody else hits pit stops. Looks like Jeff Edgar and Art Hendren have also pulled the same strategy. Both of them have been to pit road.
29 seconds stop for the 17. So we'll see how this works. He may have taken fuel only on his stop. I don't think I saw the jacks come up on the 17. It was on the right sides, nothing on the left side, and obviously in short track race on the right side tires are what you really want.
Meanwhile, the boss still up front, 5.5 seconds over Alex Krapser at the moment. And a lot of lap traffic coming into play now for Austin Edwards.
So we know the first driver that's good to go is Alex Gratz, the highest driver that's made his final stop of the race. He's in 18th, but looking at this, he's only 3 laps ahead. Connor Rockwood now in for his final stop of the race.
Everybody giving the leader a lot of space here. Now that we've seen 2 cars on pit road trying this strategy, you got to wonder how many more are thinking about changing their strategy, thinking this move through. Here comes Krapser trying to get through the lap car of Jim Johnson. How many of these guys that might be caught up in a lot of lap traffic like Krapser might change their strategy here at the last minute? Mason Foster looks like he is bumping somebody down the back straightaway.
Foster currently running in 21st on track. That is one of the Don Jordan cars. It is Jordan himself. So I think he was just trying to get out of the way for the 96. Rockwood out of the pits, but Alex Gratz is ahead of him.
And look at this. The leader has caught Blake Wynn in 11th place. Blake Wynn has been
oh
in...
boy.
Yeah.
Look who Blake Wynn's catching. Look who Blake Wynn is catching. This is about to get good. Joe Campbell, by the way, said on the radio, if I find you, Blake, I'm dumping you and taking you out. I'm not kidding. He legit said that on the Whale PD.
Well, if we see Joe Campbell move over and let him by,
He's not going to move over.
No, he might move over and just let him by, and then,
But the thing is, the leader's there in Austin. I think he's going to wait to let Edwards go by, and then go for payback.
Might act as a roadblock for Blake Wynn and help Austin Edwards here. You never know. It's about to get very, very interesting in this little bit of a mess.
Alex Gratz still the best driver on the highest driver on track that has made their final stop. Matt Baer now signals that he's going to make his final stop out from third position.
Now that Matt Baer goes in, you really got to wonder how long before we start seeing a lot more of these drivers on
Here we
pit
go.
road.
Bear, Kendrick Cryer, and Zach Edwards in for their final stop. We'll watch this closely. If I'm Blake Wynn, I would pit too. Yeah, he's
he
coming
is.
in. Not gonna take the big risk. Everybody is in.
Top 5 stay out. Greg Hole's now up into 6th place.
Watch Gratz closely. See if he overtakes them. 289.5. Cryer on 290.1. Do they take less fuel? Arhendren, by the way, off track. He's spun down the back straightaway. Gratz is coming. Is he going to overtake them both? Remember, you take a shortcut in turns 1 and 2 on the exit. Cryer goes out. He's got turn 1 and 2. It's going to be close. This is going to be close on track. Can Cryer get there? He jumps Alex Gratz in the pits.
Now Alex Gratz in 13th. Kendrick Cryer currently scored in 12th place. Still a lot of cars ahead of them, but the momentum Alex already had has allowed him to catch almost to the back bumper. And here comes Mason Foster off pit road. Up to full speed. He's not going to be a factor there in that battle.
Fuel only stops, by the way, and 2 tires for the Edwards High Performance drivers. Gratz's risk almost works out unless he's going to race Cryer here in the final few laps. They're just 2 car lengths off from each other. And now PDJ Zeller and Luke Turpin come in to pit road. Gotta go to break. We'll keep it right here side by side, working 296. Final stops underway. We're taking you to the finish here for the final 30 laps. Alex Krapser brings the 29 in the pit road. First guy that's good to go to the end is Austin Edwards, who is 32 seconds ahead. So if you're Alex Krapser, you can't take tires. If you want to take a risk and go for it, you have to take fuel only here.
Matthew Brinson now takes the lead for the first time tonight. He'll get some bonus points here. Great driving so far by him has kept him moving forward all night long, but he still has to make that final stop here tonight, and that is going to be a big one for him.
Oh my goodness, Krapser goes 4 tires.
Oh!
Wow, and that's going to cost him the race right there. Everyone else did 2 tires, and Kendrick Cryer will not win this race. Austin Edwards makes the pass, and Krapser, will he get in front of Kendrick Cryer? He will, because Cryer's stuck in all that lap traffic. Krapser cycles through.
Oh,
With one
Greg
we
Holes
have-
just goes off.
He was right in 14th at the time. No caution, we stay green. Now this is interesting. Cryer took less fuel but took 4 tires. He had Krapser had a 22-second stop compared to Austin Edwards' 27. Now if he does 2 tires, I think he's up there with Edwards for the race late. So now we wait to see what happens with the driver of the one in Matthew Brinson, but this is going to be oh so tough because Austin Edwards is not even a lap down. Brinson is right behind Austin Edwards.
Yeah, he's just got to try and stay as close as he can to Austin until that final stop. With all these guys spinning off, Jim Johnson, John Friley have both spun off in the last couple laps. With these guys going off track, the possibility of a caution is there. If Brinson gets really, really lucky, a caution will come out. He'll get to pit under yellow.
The one guy I think that needs a yellow right now is Alex Krapser because he's got 4 tires. If a yellow flag comes out, he's back in this race, and 4 tires sometimes can be better than 2. But remember the rules in XCAL Racing. 10 laps to go, no more wave arounds. 5 laps to go, no more yellows. Brinson last pitted on 2:51. He does not have enough to go the distance. 10 more laps that we expect him to come on in. Oh, boy, he's coming in now. Brinson's coming in now. And this likely will be the race for him.
Austin Edwards' lead is shrinking. Well, it was shrinking a minute ago.
Watch
Krapser was
Brinson
gaining
here.
on him.
He's going to have to take fuel only if he wants a chance to win this race. And the right sides are up on the car. Where's Edwards on track? He's in turn 3.
Edwards
And
out
Edwards
of turn 4.
makes the pass. Austin Edwards to the lead here at Thompson. As we're near 20 to go.
Still, Brinson was far enough ahead. He'll come out. He'll still have a top 10, maybe even a top 5 spot. And that is a great night for being one of the rookies.
So Brinson comes out in 10th position. We got to give credit to Brinson. This has been one of his best nights we've seen in XCAL Racing. A very clean night for the one car as well.
Yeah, not seeing many. I don't think I've seen any scratches on that car.
Not at all. Just like, like the dirty air stuff from the front side of things, but that's normal.
And it looks like he has actually got a ton of speed again. Once he comes off pit road, a lot of lap traffic is going to come into play, both for him and everybody in front of him. But he still has a chance to pick up Jake Sylvia. Actually, the next 2 drivers, Jake Sylvia and Luke Turpin, are within 1.5 seconds. So he could easily get to 8th place. Petey just under 4 seconds ahead. I don't know if he could get all the way up to Matt Bear, but 4.25 seconds, but he's definitely going for it.
So under 20 laps to go. I can tell you this, Alex Krapser is the faster car. However, though, it's just by a couple of hundredths every time they come across the start-finish line. That time by for Krapser, he closed in a 10th. And look at the traffic, though, the 18 has to deal with.
Yeah, and you see how quickly Alex Krapser is dealing with the traffic versus Austin Edwards. Looks like Krapser's got a little bit better handling car fighting through there.
Again, he took 4 tires. Austin Edwards took 2.
Could that
Let's see
end
what
up
James
being...
Johnson will do. Could use him as a pick. Could try and get Crapser get slowed up here. We'll see.
Jim just running his line, and Crapser clears the other lap car.
Remember, he has to let him by per XCAL rules. And there he goes. Crapser to the inside. That's still going to cost him more time. Puts the gap back to 1.1.
Jim's still sending it on the outside.
Let's go to 8th. This is a good battle. Brinson and Turpin. This is a good battle here.
Brinson's got the momentum off of turn 2, but that high line tends to be faster here at Thompson. We'll see as they go into 3 and 4. Brinson, a little bit of push. Nope, he's going to clear Turpin.
Nice pass on the middle line.
Brinson now to 8th and 1.5 seconds behind Petey.
Again, Brinson has been one of the better guys on the low side tonight. It's been very impressive to see his drive here. Again, up 24 positions. This has been a great night tonight for him. I mean, I would not be disappointed in this at all.
No, a great run, a clean run, and he continues to march his way forward. So I would expect to see him getting a win before this season is out.
And let's go to 5th here, Matt Bear and Zach Edwards.
Matt all over Zach's back bumper. Matt is as a driver who's not afraid to use the bumper late in the race.
Let's see what happens. Been a wild night for both of these guys, that's for sure. But this has been, I think this has been our longest green flag run in the race so far.
And meanwhile, the lead is...
He's got the clear. It's shrinking.
Dramatically.
8/10 of a second last time by. Crapser was 2/10 quicker. And they've got 2 cars directly ahead of him. Last time by, though, Edwards was 2/10 quicker, keeps the gap at 1 second. Crapser's definitely pushing, that's for sure, because he's got fresher tires by 6 laps, and they're 4 fresher tires compared to Austin's 2.
You never really count Austin Edwards out when he's leading, but I don't know. If Alex Crapser gets to him, you got to wonder if he can hold him off.
Brinson, by the way, is up to PDJ Zeller for 7th on track. He's right there.
Yeah, he's to the inside now, down the front straightaway. Brinson is flying.
Wow. And by the way, let's remember he's got some of the freshest tires out there.
A little bit of a tap mid-corner. They've got a lot of lap traffic to deal with. Derek Colson's going to be a pick here.
Ooh, that's tight there. He's got to hold his groove or else bad things will happen. And Brinson at the line has position number 7.
Oh, it drifts.
Oh, there's contact there. They keep it straight, luckily. Meanwhile, let's go back to the race lead. 8/10 of a second lead for Edwards on Crapser. Again, 9 laps to go. Crapser's closing it in inch by inch. Last time by, the 29, 1/10 of a second better. This is going to be close. Last time by, Crapser was 400 slower.
It is just back and forth between these two. They're both so close in time, but Alex Crapser, those 4 fresher tires, when they hit traffic, he's able to get through it a lot quicker. Just a question of, does he have the time left to get there? And once he gets there, does he have a car left to get around him?
I think he's going to need a yellow if he wants a chance at going back-to-back. It's going to be very tough.
Austin Edwards was he's not going to get it.
Yeah, he would love to see lap 329 but before a yellow, because there won't be a yellow. It'd be green, green, green. 6 laps to go.
He's now down to half a second on Austin. 1 lap car separates them. Austin trying like crazy to put as many lap cars. The 25's up in the wall.
That's Martin, by the way. And that's not what Crapser wanted, because Friley has to go to the bottom, and that affects the 29's momentum. 6 laps to go.
5 to go.
That
there
was
will
5
be no
to go,
more
pardon
cautions.
Pardon me. Edgar gets slowed up. Lets Crapser have the position. Still 8/10 of a second. Lap car ahead. That's Edmund Jones. Remember, him and Edwards are teammates, so he could help out and slow up the 29. We'll see if team orders are a factor, but 4 to go for the driver of the number 18 and Austin Edwards, who's looking for win 5 on the year.
Crapser is really, Crapser gets the wall going into 3.
And that may do it for him. Still an 0.8 of a second lead. Looking for another podium finish. 3 laps to go for Edwards.
You're not going to believe this. Brinson has almost caught Zach Edwards. 1.6 seconds is the gap. He got past Matt Bear.
Nice night for Matthew Brinson in 6. But look at the traffic the 18's got to deal with. Oh my goodness. Could Alex Crapser perhaps catch Austin Edwards in this?
He's
It's
definitely
down
been
to
faster in
7
traffic.
tenths. He gets by Edmund Jones, who can help slow up Alex Crapser. It's time by. White flag is in the air. 1 to go here at Thompson. It's been a wild night here in Connecticut, but we've seen a couple of great long runs. Can Edwards survive 1 more lap for win number 5 on the season? It's Pelletier and Sylvia ahead. Half a lap away, uses the low line. Crapser won't be a factor. Signature drift time off 4. Austin Edwards takes the win at Thompson. And they crash at the end. Derek Colson gets spun.
And Austin drifts it into 1 and 2. 5 wins on the season. Crapser a great run in 2nd. Kendrick Cryer in 3rd. Alex Gratz 4th. Zach Edwards in 5th. And what about the 1 car? Matthew Brinson coming home 6th after starting 32nd. What a charge through the field. I do believe he's the... Jake Sylvia will be the biggest mover of the night. He started in 39th, comes home 10th. Brinson still an epic race and a great finish for him.
So we'll talk with your top 3. You got to get... Crapser showed some fight, but I think, in my opinion, the 4 tires decision cost him in that. But, hey, he's put up a fight. But in my opinion, though, if he goes 4 tires over 2, I think Crapser has a better gap. I think Austin still wins the race.
Everybody getting to the front straightaway, helping Austin celebrate his 5th. He's getting a little help from Kendrick here as well.
Hey, it's a big EHP win once again for them.
It
so
definitely is.
So you got to give them credit, that's for sure. We'll get your top 3 on in here for an interview. See if we can find everybody. So while we were waiting for our top, while we were waiting for Kendrick Cryer to show up, Doug just, oh nope, actually we got Kendrick Cryer here. Let's talk with Kendrick Cryer on our 3rd place finisher. Kendrick, you started in 3rd, you finished in 3rd. It was a wild race tonight. Walk us through it.
Pit strategy sucks. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But it was pretty fun. A lot of cautions, unfortunately, but yeah, we kept it clean with 1X. That 1X was avoiding a wreck, but I would have ended with 0 somehow. But it's all good. Got money in the bank, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
Positives you take away as we head towards the All-Star race.
Oh yeah, I'll be up there. Hopefully be running up front in that. That's obviously, it's a lot of drafting and luck through that too.
Well, it was a great run. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I want to thank Austin Edwards, giving me a ride EHP all year. I had a lot of good finishes last couple of weeks, a lot of consistent finishes, 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever. Thank JR Button Boxes, JR Graphics and Design, Elite Performance Industries. Think we got Brewster's Lanes, Logan's Heroes, Thirsty Beaver. I think that's about it there.
Well, we'll let you go, man. Great run tonight.
Thank you.
Third place finisher in Kendrick Cryer. Our second place finisher tonight is Alex Krapser. Alex, I think I'm going to start off with this man. You came close there on a four-tire strategy. Edwards took 2. What more did you need?
Probably just track position. I think maybe I could have taken a little bit less fuel and kind of gotten closer to him, or maybe got in front of him even. I think the key was getting in front of him. I don't know if I was going to be able to pass him even if I had run him down on the 4 tires. It's just this track is so much about track position, and I mean that's really a credit to the lap guys and the slower guys getting out of the way tonight, because they made it so that we could have a race at the end, even though they didn't have to. They got out of the racing groove, even though it's one of the only grooves here, and made a race for me in Austin.
I'm curious, were you thinking about 2 tires to try and see if you can get back up there with Austin Edwards by taking less fuel as well?
Well, I was right at, I mean, I kind of scraped to the end. I took as little fuel as possible and just barely got 4 tires in the amount of time it took me to get fuel. So I just kind of got lucky on that aspect. So 2 tires I don't think would have helped, because we probably would have run out of gas then if we had only taken 2 tires and a little bit less fuel.
This was a rough night as well for the Joe Campbell JNS Racing team. How glad is he to take a deep breath and have you finishing on the podium?
I assume he's pretty happy about that. I know Zach also got 5th and PD got 9th, so it's good to have 3 JNS cars in the top 10. I know he's a little bit disappointed with his run. I think he ended up back in the pack because he got an incident earlier in the race. But I mean, we all had speed in our cars tonight. Just credit to the setup. Zach and everyone worked hard on.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Joe, Danny, Justin, sponsors, How to Suck at iRacing, JNS Racing. Just got to thank all of them. Awesome race tonight. Thanks to XCAL, too, and you guys.
Appreciate the time, man. Great run. That's Alex. Yes, absolutely. So Austin Edwards will be coming up next in Fuel Factor X Victory Lane, presented by KMU Trucking and Excavating. Doug, you want it. You got it. Take Austin.
The cone car wins. I've been telling you all season to drive it. Austin?
He's having some technical difficulties. Austin, reboot. If you can hear us. And let's see if we can try and boot him off of here. We're going to Nah, I don't want to disconnect him. Austin, you got us? He's going to reboot in here. We'll see if we got him now. All right, let's try him out once again. Austin, you got us?
You guys got me?
Okay.
Yep, Doug, take it.
I told you to drive that cone car all season, and look what happens when you do.
Well, you know, to be honest with you, Doug, I only gave me the best luck. We were in the wall a couple times a day, but I guess the strategies worked out all right.
Man, your 5th win of the season, well on your way to beating last year's record. How are you feeling about tonight's race?
You know, Doug, I wasn't expecting much about this week. You know, Thompson's a real tough track. There's no way to pass, and guys get impatient, start wrecking each other. And halfway through, that's exactly what happened. I found myself up in the fence, got hit a couple times, a bunch of damage on the car. Luckily, I was able to get to the pits, get it all fixed without going a lap down. And from that point on, we just tried playing the fuel strategy right and managed to come out 4/10 above Krapser, which, yeah, I tell you guys, 5 more laps and you would have gone right past me. So real lucky today, but we put it all together and we got 3 of our EHP cars in the top 5, so it's a good day.
It definitely was a great day for EHP. Were you worried when you realized Krapser had 4 tires and was charging towards you?
You know, to be honest, I didn't know what his tire situation was. All I had known is that he had to take less fuel than I'd done in the last stop, so I wasn't expecting him to beat him out of the pit road, but we managed to do that, and obviously you guys saw those left sides came into play halfway through, so we drove the wheels off of it, made the right adjustments at that last pit stop, and it was just enough to bring home another win. So, real good points day. Really proud of the guys.
Well, man, congratulations. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Well, I got to give a big shout out to you for making me run the cone car. I might have to do that more often, because I know how entertaining that must have been for you.
It was great.
The big thanks to all the guys at EHP. Like I said, we got some smart guys over there all working together to make these cars fast. So big thanks to them, GR Graphics and Design, for making us look sharp, and design on the cone car, actually, Doug. So big thanks to those guys. Real good day, and it's time to go to the All-Star race.
Well, good luck next week, buddy. I know you'll be in contention there, and congratulations. 5th win of the season for Austin Edwards.
Thank you, Doug.
Big win for Austin Edwards as he celebrates in Fuel Factor X Victory Lane, which was brought to you by KMU Trucking and Excavating. Let's bring you our official results for the night. Before I begin, I will tell you the driver that had the least amount of incident points was Kendrick Cryer with 1X. So how about that? So I think, what is that, 25 cents, I think?
Yeah, I think it was up to 25 this season.
So, hey, he'll take a pretty nice payout in 3rd position. You see the payout on the top of your screen. Let's bring you your official results here from tonight. Austin Edwards takes the win. Alex Krapser 2nd. Kendrick Cryer 3rd. Alex Gratz 4th. Zach Edwards 5th. Matthew Brinson 6th. Matt Bear 7th. Luke Turpin 8th. PDJ Zeller 9th. Jake Sylvia in 10th. Blake Wynn 11th. Greg Holes 12th. Matt Pelletier 13th. Edmund Jones 14th. Albert Hewins 15th. Jeremy Leto 16th. Robert Colgan 17th. Jeff Edgar 18th. Nicholas Eames 19th. And Mason Foster 20th.
21st was Derek Colson. Travis Sukup comes on 22nd. John Friley 23rd. Gerald Poole had a great recovery for 24th. Kyle Martin at 25th. Jim Johnson 26th. Don Jordan 27th. Brad Ebel, I think, got caught in everything tonight. He finishes 28th. John Brancaccio 29th. And I don't know what happened to Connor Rockwood there at the end, but he comes home in 30th. Stephen Wetton 31st. Jose Godino 32nd. Art Hendren 33rd. Sean Patrick comes home 34th. Joe Campbell 35th. Mike DiCarlo 36th. Stephen Rex, Jonathan Bronson, Chris Johnson, Sean Andrews, Ryan Seams all out early.
There were 7 yellows for 46 caution laps and 24 lead changes throughout the race. Here are your bonus points for tonight. Drivers leading the lap with 5 bonus points. Austin Edwards led 166. Alex Krapser with 66. Kendrick Cryer with 4. Alex Gratz with 73. Matt Brinson with 6. Matt Bear with 11. Luke Turpin with 1. Blake Wynn with 1. Greg Holes with 1. Jeff Edgar with 4 throughout the race. Austin Edwards leads the most laps at 166 points, so he'll get an additional 5 bonus points for that. He also started on pole position, so that's more 5 bonus points. So 15 bonus points for Matt Bear. That puts his total tonight up to 190. Does not get the perfect night, because the fastest lap during the feature went to Alex Gratz with a 21.090, so that's 5 more bonus points. So finishing in 4th spot tonight for Alex Gratz will give him 170 points throughout the night. The hard charger throughout the race up 29 positions. That's Jake Sylvia. He started in 39th and finished in the 10th position, so he'll get 5 bonus points, putting him up to 140. No Patreon superfans. If you are interested in becoming a Patreon superfan, head to xcalracing.com and click on the 2022 button and hit the Patreon button saying I Heart XCal to sign up. Must be 18 or older to view the content. So now we head things off, and now we look forward to next week, the All-Star event. Let's talk about the All-Star event while we're at it. The top 20 and most valuable driver rankings, which will be up tomorrow night on the XCAL Racing website, plus all pole and feature event winners. We'll have 2 drivers voted in with polling open on May 20th, run until at 6 p.m., run until 6 a.m. on May 22nd. You can see below on the All-Star page. The All-Star Open Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern with 25 green flag laps, the winner advancing. Then we have our feature on Tuesday night with 3 25-lap segments. Caution laps do not count. They'll even feature inversions. And the segment 3 winner will win a Butt Kicker Gamer 2 device. A lot of fun events, by the way, on the calendar, from demo derbies to freestyles to drag racings to figure 8s to plate eliminators. More info on xcalracing.com/All-Star 2022. Doug, final thoughts tonight as we look forward to the All-Star race.
Well, it was a wild one tonight, but next week will be even wilder as they go 3, 4, and 5 wide in Michigan. Yeah, that's going to be a big one.
It will absolutely, for sure. So we will say farewell for tonight. On behalf of everyone at XCAL Racing, all the drivers and sponsors, our president is Aaron Hillebush. Our vice president is PDJ Zeller. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Doug Burns, also working the buttons tonight, I'm Marty Sakala. We congratulate Austin Edwards, his 5th win of the season in the XCAL Racing Web Shop 333 at Thompson Speedway. So long, everyone.
Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. Howdy, partner. This here's Higgins, the XCAL super fan. This race promises to be a doozy, so I'm getting boozy. Howdy, partner. I'm so excited for next week's event that I'm shaking. Totally different shakes. Howdy, partner. You're watching XCAL Racing.